Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You've tuned in to WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan baseball as they take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. I'm TJ Fossmeyer, alongside me in the booth, Dylan Phillips. Third game of the series, and it's all to play for. The rubber match. Penn State took game one by winning 12-5 on Friday. Then on Saturday, Michigan came back with a nail-biter of a win, 8-7 yesterday. And Dylan, what have you seen from the first couple of games, and what can Michigan do to secure the series win today?
We've seen some pretty good offense from the Wolverines recently. I think we're going to need some more production from Mitch Voigt. He's continued to be excellent the last few games. He continues to be on a tear. We have Colby Turner has been productive, especially yesterday, scoring twice. If we could just continue that offensive production, that's what we're going to need today.
Yep, can't agree with you more. Michigan now will take the field, donning all white with the pinstripes. Kurt Barr will be on the mound to start in this one for the Wolverines. The righty from Ontario, an anchor on this pitching staff from last season, all Big Ten third team. Struck out 10 last weekend at Purdue in his only start. Fanned 5 of his first 6, so he does have strikeout stuff. 32 on the season, is looking to do that against this really potent Penn State lineup that put 12 on Michigan on Friday. And then to run you around the horn for Michigan in the infield, not much changing from the last couple of days if you've been tuning in. Is Ibarra at first, Voigt at second, Casillas at short, Caruso at third, and then from left to right in the outfield, Colby Turner, Braden Jeffries, and Greg Pace Jr. in right as well. And then catching behind the plate for your Michigan Wolverines is Matt Spear. DHing is Tyler Inge. We'll run you through the lineup as we go for Michigan on the other side of the first inning. So we'll just about to get underway.
As you mentioned, on the mound right now, we've got Barr. His family is right up front for him today.
Front row seat, of course. Yeah, why not? We will get underway here from Ray Fisher Stadium. Leading off for Penn State, no surprise, Ryan Weingartner, the shortstop. Hitting .264 on the season. Hit a home run in the first game, and he will begin things for Penn State. Penn State donning camo tops, gray pants with blue hats. First pitch underway at 1:02, and that is rifled into left field. Shading under that one is Colby Turner. That'll drop right in front of him for a base hit. So first pitch swinging for Weingartner, a leadoff runner on for Penn State.
Good job by Turner there, getting in front of the ball, making sure it didn't get past him.
To follow is Paxton Kling, the junior center fielder. Again, 16th in the country in home runs, has 10 on the season, 31 RBIs. First pitch by Barr. Finds his own for a strike, count 0-1. The Michigan infield shading to the left. Mitch Voigt on the other side of the second base bag. Barr is set. He will deal the 0-1. Misses low to even it up 1-1.
Weingartner's taking a pretty big lead over there at first.
Weingartner, his threat on the base path, has 19 on the season.
Has not missed an attempt.
As Barr will check Weingartner over there, knowing his prowess on the base paths. He's called safe and will resume. 1-1 count, nobody down, 1 on for Penn State in the top of the first. He will check over again to no avail. We'll do it again, 1-1 count. The 1-1 misses away again. Klin works himself into a hitter's count, 2-1 now.
Catcher Matt Spear taking a quick look over at first base. They're really keeping an eye on him over there.
Matt Spear really a great defensive presence behind the plate. Really good at that back pick, and caught 15 runners stealing and actually caught a runner yesterday. Barr will deal the 2-1. That's downstairs to make it a 3-1 count. Barr gets set on the left side of the rubber, takes a deep breath, deals the 3-1. And that is knocked foul right off of Kling to run the count full 3-2.
Right off his foot. Count runs full. Weingartner probably going to run here. He's been testing his lead.
Weingartner, big lead off first. Barr will deal the full count. He will go. Kling will ground that to
really
Caruso.
Really tough grounder to third there.
It was chopped by Kling. Caruso could not get to that one. Now runner in scoring position with nobody down for Penn State. Three-hole hitter Joe Jakonski will step in. 1 for 4 yesterday. Scored a run. Struck out once and walked once. He's got a big chance to open the floodgates here in the top of the first with 2 on. Nobody down as Kurt Barr will check the wristband. Is settled on the rubber. Look back to Weingartner at second. Will deal to the plate. And that is grounded to Casillas, who will flip it to Voigt at second. Fired over to first. And Ybarra, double play for Michigan. 2 down off the 1 pitch at bat off Jakonski, and Barr gets 2 off the base pass, but Weingartner does stand 90 feet away at third.
That's exactly what Kurt Barr needed there. Weingartner does advance to third base, but Kurt Barr looking for a strikeout situation here.
Bryce Molinaro digs in, the cleanup hitter for this Penn State lineup pretty much all weekend. Mainstay at that spot. First pitch by Barr misses just outside for a ball. 1-0, 2 down, 1 on at third.
It's a good mistake to make on the first pitch. Just missed the zone.
Molinaro 0 for 4 yesterday. He'll shoot that over to third. Fielded cleanly by Caruso. Ybarra could not get the pick, and that'll score a run. Molinaro will escape to second in a runner in scoring position. So off the error, Penn State will tack on a first inning run. Your score 1-0.
It's got to be frustrating for Kurt Barr, but he's going to bounce back here. At this point, with 2 outs, his focus is on the guy at the plate.
Jack Porter steps in, 1 for 4, scored 2 runs yesterday, drove in a run. As Barr is set and deals, and that is shot down the left field line. That'll find fair territory. Molinaro will take the turn for third, and he will score. And that is a stand-up RBI double to make it a 2-run first inning for Penn State.
That ball fell about 2 feet right inside the line, hit the corner. Good fielding by Turner there in the corner, but more than enough gap there for the ball to, for the runner to advance to home.
Cole Wagner playing first today. 2 for 3 yesterday, drove in 3. Kurt Barr will step off the mound for a bit. There's going to be a time here as Barr keeps looking at the Michigan dugout. Going to be a slight stoppage here. Unless we'll get underway. Barr will check the wristband and we'll begin work on Cole Wagner. First pitch finds his own for a strike.
Really good first pitch there. Barr 6'3", throws righty. He's got a nice delivery.
Certainly was an anchor last season. Now is the Sunday starter for this team as That's downstairs to even it up, 1-1.
Those pitches were back-to-back, very low in the zone. Second one misses the zone.
Barr will look to the runner at second, will deal to the plate, and that's a big swing and a miss from Wagner to run the count 1-2. The 1-2 downstairs to run the count even, 2-2. Kurt Barr so far in this game finding a home with the breaking ball.
Porter the DH on second base, not a steal threat really. When he goes, usually
2-2 pitches
strikeout.
Swung on. Kurt Barr will punch out Wagner, and that'll retire the side. Nonetheless, Penn State will scratch across 2 to begin things in the last game of the series. With the series on the line, your scores, we move to the bottom half of the first, 2-0. And then we'll run you quickly through this Michigan lineup. Not much changes from yesterday. 1 through 7 the same. Ben Casillas leading off, followed by Braden Jeffress, followed by Mitch Voigt, Colby Turner, Jeter Ybarra, Cole Caruso, Matt Spear. DHing in today's game is Tyler Inge, and the 9-hole hitter is Greg Pace Jr. Bit of a change from yesterday's game. And then pitching for Penn State is Logan Olson, the southpaw junior, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College. A 2.5 ERA there, 48 strikeouts, a perfect 9-0 record last season in 2024 after one brief stint in Eugene for the Oregon Ducks. He will get the start, had a few low inning starts over the past couple of weeks, most recently against Michigan State last weekend.
Olson with still, as you said, not as much experience so far this season, some low inning starts, but opponent batting average 143. He's got an ERA of 6.75, but not a lot of putting the ball in play.
Michigan will have their work cut out for them, as Benny Casillas will lead things off in the bottom of the first. Michigan's first cut at the plate in this game. So around the horn for Penn State is Cole Wagner at first, Joe Jakonski at second, Weingartner at short, Molinaro at third, left to right. In the outfield, Jesse Jakonski, Paxton Klein, and Marcado. Catching behind the plate is Nate Voss, and pitching is Logan Olson. Well, we'll get underway here as Casillas, the graduate shortstop, will step in. One for 3 yesterday. First pitch finds the inside part of the zone for a strike.
Really low strike. Casillas is everything you want in a leadoff hitter. He's got the swagger of it. He's got a protector on his left front foot. He's got the sliding glove in his back pocket. He walks up with some real conviction, real confidence.
He's been around college baseball for a while. The transfer from Loyola Marymount after spending 2 years at the JUCO level. Now is playing in the Big Ten for the Maize and Blue. The 1-1 is shot into right field for a base hit, and that's a leadoff base runner for Michigan off the bat of Benny Casillas.
That's a tone setter. That's what we like to see.
Braden Jeffress will step in. Had a phenomenal game yesterday, 4 for 5 for 4 singles. Went into yesterday's game with 4 hits on the season. Put together a 4-hit performance yesterday, doubled his season hit total just from yesterday, and he looks to continue a hot bat as he will step in with a runner on, nobody down, as Michigan's down 2 in the bottom of the first. Olson will deal Pitch finds his own for a strike.
Off-speed pitch in there.
Jeffries with an open stance in the lefty batter's box. Lefty-lefty matchup. That breaking ball misses to even it up 1-1.
Michigan overall not a big steal team.
No,
when they go, they usually are safe, but they're just not making the attempts.
Certainly two different teams. Penn State really likes to run on the base paths. Next pitch off the hands of Olson misses outside. Count now 2-1.
If you're Olson, you're wondering why you're not getting that pitch. It's a really interesting zone so far from the home plate umpire, Mike Fitcher.
The 2-1. His shot to Jakonski, who will flip it to Weingartner at short. And Jeffries will be called safe. The double play is prevented. The lead runner in Casillas is out. Nonetheless, with one down, Michigan will still have a base runner with Mitch Voigt due up next for Michigan.
Phenomenal job by Braden Jeffries to hustle down the line and beat out the double play opportunity.
Jakonski shading a little bit to the left in that last at bat. The shift worked to perfection for Penn State as Mitch Voigt now steps in. Righty-lefty matchup. Jeffries will go. Voigt will go first pitch hacking, and that'll be foul into the parking lot.
Ooh, that might have hit a car.
You park at your own risk. I mean, I've been saying it all weekend. They have huge signs in the entrances at Ray Fisher Stadium. Big maze signs, park at your own risk. And I mean, you can't be shocked if you
really
get
shocking
back to the
see
car.
Jeffries go there. He has no attempts on the year.
We'll see if he goes again on an 0-1 count, one down. Jeffries takes his lead. He will not go.
Ball's in the dirt.
Count now even 1-1.
Olson experimenting with the off-speed really early on. That was an 80-mile-an-hour pitch in the dirt.
Olson will try to pick off Jeffries to no avail. We'll do it again in the 1-1, one down, one on for Michigan in the bottom of the first. Ones all around. Olson will go for the second pickoff attempt in a row. And again, no success there.
With the way Jeffries was hustling down the line to beat out that double play and the way he sprinted on that first steal attempt, it's no wonder he's tempting.
The 1-1 is upstairs for a ball, count 2-1. And I got to see that hustle off Jeffries yesterday. He was on first and was hustling around off a Mitch Voigt double to score in yesterday's game. He was really hustling and made it clearly. So Jeffries is a threat on the base pass. Whether he does steal or not, he is a threat. Olson will go for the third pickoff attempt in his at bat. 0 for 3. And we'll do it again at the 2-1 count. One down, one on. The 2-1's on his way. Jeffries will go. The throw attempt from Voss, and he is called out at second.
Wow.
Excellent play from Nate Voss behind the dish to cut him down.
Jeffries is adamant that he is not out.
Took a while to get off the base, and he will retreat back to the Michigan dugout. Now 2 down for Michigan with nobody on. Mitch Voigt still at the plate with a 3-1 count.
Very close play at second base there. Throw is an absolute dart down to the second baseman now.
Olson's life on the mound a little bit comfortable with a 3-1, nobody on. Here comes the pitch. That is shot back. Foul,
right
and we'll
on
do it again. Count now full, 3-2.
There's objectively no such thing as comfortable when Mitch Voigt is up at the plate.
No, certainly not, but the base runner's off. 2 down, a full count, nobody on. As Olson steps onto the rubber. Is set. We'll fire the 3-2. That's way inside for a ball.
I'm
nearly
not sure
hit
how
him.
that didn't hit him.
Didn't matter anyway. Voigt will take the free pass regardless. And the cleanup hitter, Colby Turner, will step in. Colby Turner went 0 for 4 yesterday. Drove in a run off a sacrifice yesterday as well. So 2 down, 1 on with Voigt on first. Cleanup hitter digs in. Righty-lefty matchup. He will go first pitch hacking right to Jesse Jakonski in left, and that'll retire the side. Michigan cannot answer Penn State's 2-run top of the first. We'll keep things as it is, 2-0 as we move now into the second inning. As Kurt Barr will take the mound yet again for Michigan. He will see 7, 8, 9, the bottom third of this Penn State lineup.
As he gets into the bottom part of this order, finds his rhythm a little bit, he's going to look for more strikeout opportunities.
Been finding a home with that breaking ball as he got out of the top of the first. He got beat with a fastball pretty handedly.
Absolutely. He's finding a rhythm, finding out what pitches are on today, getting a feel for it all. On the season, Kurt Barr has created 32 strikeouts to only 18 walks.
Pretty good rate for Kurt Barr. Again, anchor from last season when he was the most reliable starter for this pitching staff last season. In big games, it was Kurt Barr starting, followed by Jacob Denner to close things down for the Wolverines last season. Now with Denner gone, and a deeper pitching staff this year, the prospects of this Michigan pitching staff are a little stronger. We'll get underway in the second inning. Jesse Jakonski will step in.
Another righty-righty matchup.
Jesse Jakonski 0 for 3, shows bunt, pulls back as that pitch is outside for a ball. Breaking ball misses away to run the count 1-0. Barr settles back in on the rubber, deals quickly, is fouled back to even it up 1-1. Again, Michigan's infield likes to do this. They like to play the pull with Michigan's infield shifting to the press box left.
Barr might have gotten away with one there. It was a close pitch.
1-1. Upstairs, count now 2-1.
Barr moves quickly. Pitch clock is not an issue for him.
Kurt Barr in a quick rhythm will deliver, and that's chopped foul down the third base line to even it up 2-2. Nobody down as we begin the top of the second. Penn State in the last 2 games have tacked on multiple runs in this top of the second. The 2-2. Big swing and a miss from Jesse Jakonski. That's Kurt Barr's second punch out, and he begins the top of the second on an excellent note by punching out the leadoff hitter.
That's exactly what Barr needed. Starting off an inning on the right foot is exactly what's going to get him through this game.
Nate Voss, the junior catcher, hitting 8th in the lineup, will step in. Took an off day yesterday after starting on Friday. Sees the first pitch away for a ball, 1-0.
Voss only hitting .217 on the season and 46 at-bats.
The 1-0 is chopped to Caruso at the hot corner. He will fire it over to first at Ibarra for the second out of the inning. 9-hole hitter Cole Mercado digs in. 0 for 3 yesterday. First pitch finds his own for a strike. 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch misses to even it up 1-1.
Mercado's more likely to put the ball in play, but not necessarily going to get that big slugging.
The 1-1.
Fouls it way back over our heads.
No parking lot back there.
Nope.
Over our heads.
Everyone's car should be safe on that foul ball.
Count 1-2. 2 down, nobody on for Penn State in the top of the second. Barr will deal, and that is popped up. Caruso will shade under that one into foul territory down the third base line, and that'll be the third out of the inning. The side is retired. And Kurt Barr has had a phenomenal top of the second inning to keep things at a 2-0 score as we move into the bottom half. With the heart of the Michigan order due up next, 5, 6, 7, Ybarra, Caruso, and Spear. See some Michigan softball players as well in the stands today. Had a doubleheader yesterday. They were able to win the series by sweeping that doubleheader. Had a walk-off in the second game and crushed Michigan State in the first game. Janisa Conway had 4 home runs yesterday, 2 in each game. Phenomenal performance from her. And if you have to tune in to WCBN's coverage of softball. That's a fun team. Or even if you're in the area, you have to watch a game at Carroll Hutchins Stadium. That is a really fun team.
Absolutely.
If you get a chance to call that, Dylan, that's a really fun team.
I look forward to potentially getting an opportunity to do that.
That's a really fun team. They get the off day after the doubleheader. They're soaking in some Michigan baseball as Penn State's defense will trot back onto the field.
And why not? There's no better place to be today.
Yeah, why not?
It's a wonderful day in Ann Arbor today.
Yes, it is. It's cloudy, kind of.
It's humid though.
Just
it's
gray.
mid-60s today.
Right. It is. Yes, it's nice.
We got
Very
some
nice.
rain last night, but it's all passed over, and it's a wonderful day for baseball.
Yeah. The walk here yesterday from my apartment in the rain was not fun at all. Especially lugging a soundboard. That was not fun at all.
I don't envy you.
No, that wasn't fun. And then turns out the game was delayed by 30 minutes, and I didn't know that. So I killed time for about an hour and a half here in the press box. That was nice and cozy and dry up here, but still.
No such thing as too much prep.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, if you know me with WCBN, there's no such thing as too much prep. We'll get underway. Junior Ybarra will dig in, the 5-hole hitter. Was to claw back a 2-run deficit. A graduate first baseman. Transferred from Washington after 2 seasons there. 1 for 3 yesterday off a 2-run shot into right field yesterday. No doubt about that one. Logan Olson will begin work in the bottom of the second as he deals. Breaking action misses just outside and low for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch finds his own to even it up, 1-1. Penn State's infield shifting slightly to the right. Weingartner closer to the second base bag. Jakonski playing in shallow right.
Olson found that outside corner. Just going to have to expand the zone here for Ybarra.
There's going to be a slight stoppage. Pitch clock was a little bit off. Olson will step off the rubber.
Steps back in.
We'll do it again. A 1-1 count. Nobody down, nobody on as we begin the top of the second. Ybarra steps in. The 1-1. And that is chopped towards Wagner at first. He will make the play himself. 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Guard just got over that ball.
As Caruso steps up to the plate to all the stars.
What? I mean, hey, you get your pick of walk-up song.
It's a wonderful walk-up song.
I think so too. Yeah. Some of the softball is really good. I know I mentioned that. I mean, I call that team a lot, but Indiana Langford with the Indiana Jones theme, I think that's awesome.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Yeah. Get creative with it.
That's totally creative. I love that. Olsen will deal to Caruso, and that first pitch finds his own for a strike, 0-1. Caruso yesterday 0 for 3.
Caruso from Scottsdale, Arizona. A lot of baseball in that neighborhood.
Certainly the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Caruso. He's quickly down 0-2. Olsen pulled the string with the breaking ball. I also know there's a certain listener to this broadcast that's an avid Arizona resident. And that is fouled back near the on-deck circle. We'll do it again at an 0-2 count. Caruso will step back into the box, his right foot towards the paint in the back of the righty batter's box. Olsen will step back onto the rubber. The 0-2 pitch is on the way outside to make it a 1-2 count.
Good job by Caruso there. You know, he's got 2 strikes on him. He had to expand his zone, and he didn't take the bait there on the outside corner.
Caruso quickly steps back in. 1 down, nobody on. The 1-2 is chopped to Weingartner at short, who will glove that easily and will make the throw over to Wagner at first. And that's the second out of the inning. 2 choppers from the first 2 batters for Michigan. They're quickly down 2 as Matt Spear will step in.
Kurt Barr's efficient second inning was exactly what Michigan needed, but now they need the offensive production. We're going to hope that Matt Spear here steps into the box and gets something going.
Spear digs in, 0 for 3, scored off a walk yesterday. Olsen will deliver the first pitch of the at-bat. Outside and low to run the count 1-0. Wind not much of a factor today.
No,
Went
it's
a little
calm.
bit
It's very calm for Ann Arbor.
A little bit towards home plate, but it shouldn't be that much of a factor. Like Friday, the 1-0 pitch misses inside to run the count 2-0.
Matt Spear's very calm, very patient at the plate.
The 2-0. Spear goes swinging at that one and that is lofted into left field. That'll find some grass for a base hit in left field. And that's a great piece of 2-out hitting for Matt Spears. A base runner on as Tyler Inge will step in with
really
2
great
down.
approach there at the plate.
DHing in today's game, Tyler Inge digs in. His second at-bat, pinch hit in the first game. It's a second at-bat of the series. The freshman, son of former Tigers player Brandon Inge, and has been hitless since February 16th against Villanova. That breaking ball misses outside. 1-0 count.
It's good to have him get some more at-bats here against a lefty pitcher. Hits right-handed, 6 feet, 175.
The 1-0 is fouled straight back.
He was on that.
To even it up 1-1. Fans below us brings their snacks, pretzel, nachos, and chicken tenders. Man, that sounds good.
I want some chicken tenders.
I know. I know yesterday's softball broadcast, ballpark food was a heavy topic. And
they should make these headsets Bluetooth so I could walk and get some.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Well, if you donate on Giving Blue Day, that could be our next big purchase. The 1-1 finds the inside part of the plate to run the count 1-2. Inge gave a shrug to that one. That one looked a little bit too far inside from up here. Regardless, got to play the hander dealt with. 1-2 count, 2 down, 1 on for Michigan in the bottom of the second. Olsen deals.
Ooh.
Inge will poke
into
that
the parking lot. Ooh, that again may have been a car.
Yeah, I saw a couple yesterday. Some nice shiners on a couple cars from yesterday's game. We'll do it again at a 1-2 count. Inge hitting .056 on the season, 1 for 18. The 1-2. Ooh. He will swing that again, foul into the parking lot down the first base line, and we'll do it again.
Inge not fooled by Logan Olson in this at-bat.
So they're making Olson work for this one. As Inge will step back into the righty batter's box, taps the plate. Olson crouches down, gets out of it, is set on the rubber, and will deal the 1-2. And Inge just sat down looking on the inside part of the plate. Again, Olson doing a phenomenal job at painting that inside. That's Olson's first punch out of the game, and will keep things at a 2-0 lead, and Barr still has his work cut out for him to keep things at 2-0. Now we'll move into the third inning, and Barr will have his work cut out for him. 1-2-3 due up for Penn State. There's more people with more ballpark food. I feel like, I mean, it's kind of tempting from up here. You can see the whole stands from up here in the press box, and it's tempting.
You know, where is the concession stand?
I don't know. I really I don't know. I really only walk into the stadium, go straight in the press box, sit here. This is a nice and cozy press box up here.
It is. It is.
Yeah, this is.
We have a nice big window too. And we're right
window
behind
open
home
today,
plate.
opposed to Friday with gusting winds. That was not a fun game with that wind.
No, I don't want to ask a question I shouldn't ask. But are there any press boxes you've been to where you've just been rather unimpressed?
Okay, so I did go to March Madness in Denver. Very fortunate to do that, and that was a blast. But so the first game, me and Alex Miller went courtside, and that was a blast. We were right behind the TBS crew, so when they opened up the coverage, they had the cameras on the announcers. We were in the background, so that was pretty fun. But the next game against Texas A&M, we were in the 300 level nosebleeds press area, and that was just a wild change. Like, you couldn't even see the numbers from way up there. So I'd say that's probably the one I was a bit impressed with. We were spoiled that first time, really. Yeah, I would say that. I think all the other ones I haven't had a problem with. This one's really nice, right behind home plate.
This is a very nice press box.
We'll get underway. Weingartner will step in to begin the third inning. Leadoff hitter. First pitch from Barr upstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Misses just outside to run it to a 2-0 count. The 2-0. Misses outside again to run the count 3-0.
Closer that time, though. Just missed the outside corner of the plate.
Barr will walk that one off. Gave a somewhat unimpressed look from the mound. Michigan's infield will shift. Mitch Voigt will move to the other side of the second base bag yet again. The 3-0 finds the zone to run it 3-1.
Moved it back inside just another inch or so closer to the plate. Found the zone. Fischer's zone is a little hard to figure out so far early on.
The 3-1 finds the zone to run the count full, 3-2. Good inside pitch from Kurt Barr to fight back after being down 3-0. Now full count.
Weingartner foul.
Yep. We'll chop that foul down the third base line. Good play from the Penn State third base coach to field that one cleanly. And we'll do it again at a 3-2 count. The full count pitch is on its way off the hands of Barr, and that is shot into left field. Turner will make the play. That'll be off the wall. Turner cannot field that one cleanly. He finally gets to it. He will throw that over to second. Not in time. Weingartner will hustle for a stand-up double off the high left field wall. Leadoff base runner again for Penn State. Now a runner in scoring position with nobody down. Excellent piece of hitting from the leadoff hitter, Weingartner. Paxton Kling will dig in with a runner in scoring position. Kling transfer from LSU, on and off starter there for the Tigers in their College World Series appearance.
As mentioned in the first inning, Weingartner is a threat to steal. Barr just threw over there to second base.
And Weingartner leads the Big Ten with 19 steals. Averages just under 1 a game. Is already 8 shy of the Penn State record.
And the third baseman, Caruso, hanging close to the third base line.
First pitch off the hands of Barr is upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Third base is already such a tough position, then you got to start thinking about covering.
The 1-0 big hack from Kling. Could not get to the sweeping breaking ball to run the count even 1-1. Nobody down, runner in scoring position for Penn State as we still are at the top of the third. Barr on the mound will look to Weingartner at second. Weingartner will take a bigger lead.
Oh.
Barr will deliver. Kling checks his swing. That'll trickle foul right by the first base coach for Penn State. And we'll do it at a 1-2 count next time.
Caruso's no longer playing third base, ready to cover in case of his steal. He's expecting a pulled ball down the third base line. He's playing way back and right along the line.
The Michigan infield shifting left yet again. Barr will deliver the 1-2, and that shot right to Caruso, right through his glove, and that'll find some outfield grass for a base hit. The runner will score from second in Weingartner. 2 straight stand-up doubles from the 1-2 punch that is this Penn State lineup. The lead is now expanded for the Nittany Lions. Your score, 3-0.
Caruso was played perfectly for that ball, but came at him so hot, so fast, went right through his legs.
There's going to be a bit of an infield meeting here with Kurt Barr to settle him down. No coaches, just players only infield meeting. Joe Jakonski, 3-hole hitter, will step in. Brown doing a double play in his first at bat, 6-4-3 in the first. The infield meeting is over. Everybody will go back to their positions. We'll get back underway shortly.
Yeah, I think that's a good time for a meeting like that. Barr still looking for that first out of the inning. It's good to kind of make sure that everyone's on the same page, calm down a little bit.
Barr will step in on the left side of the rubber. We'll look back to Kling at second. Delivers. Jakonski shows bunt, pulls back as that pitch is way inside for a ball. Voigt moving back into shallow right. Voigt's been all over the middle infield with how often Tracy Smith and company like to shift with this against this Penn State lineup. Barr will deal big swing and a miss.
Voigt's playing in right field right now.
Well, he was a right fielder yesterday, or excuse me, last season, so he's used to that.
He's
certainly
about 10 feet off the dirt into the outfield.
Barr settles in after getting the swing and miss from Joe Jakonski. Next pitch outside to run the count 2-1.
Just missed that location.
The 2-1 is knocked foul down the first base line to even it up 2-2. Jakonski will step off. Gets back into the lefty batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup. Barr will check the wristband. Settles back into the rubber. Staring down, Kling will deliver, and that is popped into right field. Voigt tracking on that, and he makes the jumping grab.
He caught that 20 feet back into right field, and that is why you shift.
Certainly the shift played perfectly from Mitch Voigt with the jumping athletic grab. One down for Penn State.
Scouting report on Jakonski. Perfectly executed.
Bryce Molinaro will step in 0 for 1.
Now the shift on this play entirely different. Voigt's now playing on the shortstop side of the bag.
Barr will deal 0-0 upstairs. Molinaro reached on an error and scored off of it.
A
Barr
play
settles.
like that is really comforting for Barr at this point. You know, he's got the runner in scoring position. With how softly that ball was hit, if it lands, that could potentially move the runner, maybe even score him. Now he's got one out, runner still on second, and you're no longer dealing with that third batter in the order.
Count 1-0. One down, a runner in scoring position in Klein. Barr will deal, and that is dribbled foul towards the backstop to even it up 1-1.
Nice off-speed pitch, makes it a quick 1-1 count.
Barr will fire it over, rather soft toss over to Voigt at second to check the runner in Klein.
Really not a bad move there, the way he steps off the mound to throw to second. I mean, I know he threw a soft toss, but it's clean and it's efficient.
Barr will soft toss it yet again to Voigt, playing a little bit of catch here. Barr will get back onto the mound. Count 1-1, one down, one on here in the top of the third. Penn State already scratched across one off two consecutive doubles off the bats of Weingartner and Klein. Barr will deal the 1-1. Just misses outside to run the count 2-1.
It's a good close pitch, though.
Barr will look back, will deal the 2-1, and that is dribbled down the first base line. Barr will make the play, will toss it over to Ybarra at first, and that's two down for Michigan, but Klein will advance 90 feet. He will stand in at third. With a designated hitter, Jack Porter stepping in. 1-for-1, drove in a run off a double in the first.
You can just see that after that first out comes through for Barr, he settles down and he has the confidence to get through the rest of the inning. He's got to deal with a runner on third now, but as a right-handed pitcher, you know, he's staring right at him now. I think when he was on second base, that was a little less comforting, not knowing where he was. Now he can see him, deliver to the plate. That first pitch, the batter was a ball.
Porter showed bunt pulled back in time as that pitch was outside. Porter hitting .340 on the season. He'll go hacking, and that'll find the gap in between Casillas and Caruso. That'll find some free real estate in left field. That will score Klein from third. Penn State will tack on another insurance run to make things a 4-0 ball game. Penn State lead. That was a good rip off the bat of Porter.
Found the gap right between third and short.
Barr will step back into the rubber against Cole Wagner. 0-for-1, struck out in the first. He's got a runner on first and Porter. Pitch in the turf. Porter will take a free bag, will advance to second, and yet again, Penn State with another runner in scoring position with two down. As Wagner will shoot that into center field. Jeffries cannot make the play. That's bounced way over his head. He's got to retreat backwards to get to that one. Wagner is hustling in at third. The runner from second will score. A little bit of a defensive miscue in center off the glove of Jeffries. Cannot get a read on it. Wagner will stand on third with a stand-up triple. And Penn State will expand their lead to make it a 5-0 ball game.
Jeffries initially came in on that ball thinking he could make a play, go for the catch, maybe a diving play. And then all of a sudden he realized that it was falling too fast. He tried to play back on it, and it fell right at his feet and skipped away from him behind him into the outfield. All three outfielders chased down that ball.
Barr will begin work on Jesse Jakonski. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Two down for Michigan, still in the top of the third. We'll see a bit of a meeting here. Bit of a mound visit. between pitching coach Kurt Barr and Matt Spear. And to settle down, Kurt Barr gave up 3 in this top of the third after giving up 2 in the first. 5-0 your score, 2 down. Runner on third. In this break, we thank you again for tuning in to WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan baseball. I'm TJ Fossmeyer alongside me, Dylan Phillips. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you can stay tuned. Michigan down 5. A lot of ball game to go here. A bunch of kids below us got hot dogs. Now that's the prime ballpark food. We were talking about chicken tenders
And I
and
see
nachos
chicken tenders in front of me, and they
hot
look
dogs
good
are the go-to. I mean, you cannot go away from that. We'll get underway here. The 1-0 misses downstairs to run the count 2-0.
What is your favorite ballpark food?
Hot dog, undisputedly. Undisputedly. Every ballpark I go to, you have to get it. You have to get one.
I mean, it's undoubtedly a staple.
Now, do you get anything on it? Do you have like
yeah,
ketchup,
I like
mustard?
to load up my hot dog. Yeah.
All right. The 2-0 finds the zone to make it a 2-1.
Beautifully executed pitch. That was a good meeting from the pitching coach there.
See, I used to be more of like a just mustard. Now I'm moving into a ketchup and mustard kind of combination.
I actually don't even know about the ketchup, to be honest with you. I'm mustard and relish.
The 2-1. Ooh, relish is a good one. Misses downstairs to run the count 3-1. See, I'm from Chicago. You know, ketchup on a hot dog is like a sin. You cannot do that, and I wholeheartedly disagree. The 3-1 pitch off the hands of Barr, and that is fouled straight back over the press box to run the count full 3-2.
I'm from California. I'm from the Bay Area. We do bacon wrapped hot dogs out there.
Ooh. Maybe that gives me another excuse to go to Oracle Park. Do they have them there? I'm sure they do.
You know, that's the thing. You got to go outside the stadium for the bacon wrapped ones.
Gotcha. All right. The full count pitch, 2 down, and that finds his own for a strike. Kurt Barr will punch out Jesse Jakonski on strikes, and that will retire the side, but Penn State will strand 1, but scratches across 3 runs to expand their what was a 2-0 lead, now a 5-0 lead as we move into the bottom half of the third.
Barr not pleased with himself after that inning, but nonetheless definitely happy to get out of that inning unscathed.
Yeah, he was having some pleasant words to himself in his glove after that. But he will retreat back to the dugout. A little bit of a team meeting in the Michigan dugout.
Speaking of team meetings, what is this going on the infield?
A hula hoop contest?
Hula hoop contest.
I've seen just about every single inning break game that they've done this weekend, yeah.
So we got 6 kids with hula hoops on the infield.
I was never good at it.
Oh, okay, I see. Who can last the longest hula hooping?
I was never
this kid's killing it.
I was never really good at it in elementary school. I don't know.
No?
I was never good at it.
You don't got hip movement?
No, I was more of a 4-square dodgeball.
Yeah.
Kind of the real gym stuff.
You know, that's understandable.
Yeah. My God, I miss dodgeball.
Dude, take me back.
Like, and that's the thing, like, in middle school, like, everybody did it. Like, you did it a lot in middle school. You never knew it was your last time, and now you're, like, you're in college.
And
like,
now you're calling college baseball games.
Now you're calling college baseball, but, like, God, you want to play dodgeball again.
I concur.
Due up next for Michigan, 9-1-2. Greg Pace Jr. will lead things off for Michigan.
My brother's texting me, accusing me of just being hungry.
Yeah, I didn't eat before this. That's a dangerous move. That was dangerous, knowing how much I like ballpark food. Yeah, that wasn't smart on my end.
Yeah, I mean, I ate before this, but as you know, that's why I was late.
Right. Well, you weren't. No.
I wasn't too late.
No, you were fine. I just like to get here early. When are you gonna have a ballpark?
When do they start serving ballpark food?
I don't know.
You know, you should flash the media pass and see what that gets you.
No, you don't have any. I don't think you have any perks along with that. Unlike other sports, you do. I don't think there's any for baseball. We'll get underway here. Greg Pace Jr. will step in, the 9-hole hitter. Looks to start something after Penn State tacks on 3 insurance runs. First pitch off the hands of Olsen will find the zone for a strike. 0-1 count. Olsen quickly settles back into the rubber. Will deal to Pace. Breaking ball misses outside for a ball to even it up. 1-1.
Greg Pace Jr. with a slow start to the year, looking to pick things up against a lefty on the mound.
The 1-1 to Pace. He'll show bunt, pulls back as that pitch is way inside. Count now 2-1, and Pace Jr. has been a consistent bench piece over the past 2 years. Was injured for most of last season.
Still just trying to find his swing at this point in the season.
Hitless since February 16th. He will get a piece of that one, and that'll be foul, skied into the parking lot.
You know, I don't think that hit any cars because it cleared all of them.
Yeah, that was hit pretty solidly for sure. Count now 2-2. Nobody down, nobody on. Bottom of the third.
Pace Jr. just missing that one.
The 2-2 is shot into right field. Shading under that one will be Cole Marcato to his right, and that is over the wall and gone. A wall grazer off the bat of Greg Pace Jr. and a leadoff home run from the 9-hole hitter will get things started for the Michigan offense. Your score now 5-1.
We mentioned he just needed to get it going, find a pitch he likes. Just missed it the pitch before, got it again, and hit it just over the right field wall at the 320 marker. And that puts the Wolverines on the board. It's 5-1 Michigan.
Pace Jr.'s first home run on the season, his fourth in his Michigan career. As the lineup card will flip over, Benny Casillas will step in, the leadoff hitter. First pitch off the hands of Olsen will find the zone for a strike.
Another low strike call.
Casillas 1-for-1, singled in his first at-bat. The 0-1 is shot down the third base line, foul, to run the count 0-2.
Hopefully a jolt like that gets the rest of the offense moving.
Well,
doesn't take much to shift the momentum, you know.
Well, especially from a guy like Greg Pace Jr.
Absolutely.
He's been kind of unlucky with injuries. He's been off the bench and gets a big spot in the lineup and makes the most of it in his first at-bat here when they absolutely need it. Down 4 now as Casillas will shoot that right back where it came from into center field. 2 singles for Benny Casillas in his first 2 at-bats. And nobody down. Michigan's offense looking really good.
Starting to get to Logan Olsen here. And a home run like that coming from your 9-hitter, it turns the lineup over to your best hitters at the top. Casillas getting a taste for it.
Yeah.
Jeffries had a hit in the first inning. Let's see if he can continue that.
391, the freshman, as Olsen will fire it over to first to check Casillas. He's called safe. Jeffers was hitting 250 before this Penn State series, now up to 391. Jeffers will show bunt, pulls back as that pitch is outside to run the count 1-0. Sizable Michigan fan base today on a Sunday afternoon.
The weather seems to have brought the folks out to the game. A lot of kids, too.
The 1-0. Jeffers will check his swing as that pitch is upstairs, did not break the plane. Count now 2 balls, no strikes.
Really good job to hold the bat back there.
The 2-0 off the hands of Olsen is outside to run the count 3-0. Olsen looking a little bit unsettled after a home run off the bat of Pace. Casillas with a center field single. Nobody down, 1 on for Michigan in the bottom of the third. Olsen gets out of the crouch.
And there is some activity in the Penn State bullpen.
Will deal. That pitch finds a zone right down the heart of the plate to make it a 3-1 count.
Sizable gap in right center.
Olsen will check Casillas at first again to no success. He will do it at a 3-1 count next time. 3-1. Misses. Ball 4. Jeffries will take the free pass. That's Olsen's first walk surrendered, second walk surrendered in this game. They're 2 on for Michigan with the 3-hole hitter Mitch Voigt stepping in. As Casillas at second in scoring position, Jeffries at first. As Nate Voss behind the plate will give the sign of the infield. Also trying to settle down the southpaw pitcher on the mound, Logan Olsen.
It's Voss with also trying to buy some time. That bullpen looks pretty frantic out on the right side of our stadium.
Nate Voss and Olsen will take a brief meeting, just the two of them.
And now it's going to become a coach's meeting too.
Now it will indeed. This will not come with a pitching change. This will just be a pitching coach's meeting. Right on the mound, but with the entire infield, pitching coach, pitcher, and catcher. It's a great spot for Mitch Voigt with 2 on, nobody down. Walked in his first plate appearance. He's hitting .408 on the season, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs.
I mean, this is an ideal matchup for him.
Yep.
It's a righty-lefty matchup. Oh, and we are going to get a pitching change, I think.
Oh. Yeah, we are. We're seeing a new Nittany Lion pitcher trot out of the bullpen. That's an interesting move. I don't know. I would think you'd keep Olsen in, let him ride this out.
It's only the third inning.
Well, right, and this was the one hiccup he really had. I think
Was
he was
longevity.
doing the first and second. Maybe that is it. He does have a tendency to go short in his starts. So we will see who is in replacement.
It's number 40 for Penn State.
That's Harrison Lolan, the freshman righty from Monroe Township, New Jersey. Played both ways in high school, 224 career strikeouts. Pitched in the midweek against Pitt in the loss. Pitched 1, allowed 2 earned, 2 walks. So he will step in with 2 on, and the 3-hole hitter in the heart of this Michigan order due up next for Michigan.
And you saw they were buying time. Now they've got a righty in facing another righty in Voigt. That was very, very tactical.
Well, and I think that was the reason why you put in Tyler Inge and Greg Page Jr. 8-9. You had the lefty starter. You can bat that. Give yourself more of an advantage with 2 righties to end the lineup, and it worked for Greg Page Jr. with the right field shot that just grazed over the wall for a home run.
Yeah, really a great call by head coach Tracy Smith.
As Lolan will take his cuts on the mound.
They're playing I'm Just Ken from the Barbie movie in the stadium at the moment.
Somebody switch out the guy who's on Hawks. Come
on. I think, honestly, there's not enough love for this song right now in the stadium. No one's reacting.
No one's reacting. Well, that was like last year.
It was. It doesn't feel recent enough, perhaps.
Now.
And as everybody goes back to their positions on the field, Mitch Voigt will step up to the plate and things will return to pace of play.
Lolan on the season, 9.4 ERA, 2-1 record, 15 1/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 11 walks. But he's got his work definitely cut out for him with Mitch Voigt due up at the plate. A runner in scoring position and Casillas at second, Jeffries at first. We'll get underway here as Lolan will deliver the first pitch. Voigt goes first pitch swinging. That'll be fouled straight back to run the count 0-1.
Voigt immediately not necessarily fooled by the pitch.
The 0-1. Breaking ball just lofts in there on the upper half of the zone to run the count 0-2. Mitch Voigt quickly down as he goes back in. Straight up stance, sitting towards the back of the righty batter's box. Lolan is set on the left side of the rubber and deals the 0-2. Big swing and a miss from Mitch Voigt. Voigt was looking to tie this not tie this ball game up, really make an impact, make it a one-run deficit. He will sit back down as a cleanup hitter. Colby Turner will look to make things happen with 2 on, 1 down for Michigan in the bottom of the third.
Harrison Lowland for Penn State, the pitcher in now for them. He's a freshman. This is a big spot for somebody like him.
As Turner will begin, he'll go first pitch swinging. That'll be fouled straight back. We'll do it in 0-1.
Turner, guy at the plate at the moment, cleanup hitter. He had a huge game yesterday. He's going to try and recreate that right now in a big spot. 0-1 count, 1 out.
Lowland is set on the mound. Will deal to Turner, and that's popped straight back again. A little more juice on it. We'll do it in 0-2 count next time.
He was on that, but he was way under it. Lowland with a 9.19 ERA on the season so far.
The 0-2 is shot down the line, foul, third base line. We'll do it again in an 0-2 count.
There's a pitch clock issue.
Now the pitch clock's back on. We'll do it again as Lowland checks the wristband, still not on the rubber. We'll dig into the left side. Both Michigan runners will take their leads. He will deal the 0-2. Or excuse me, he'll fire it over to Casillas. Nearly got away from Joe Jakonski at second.
That ball almost went out into the outfield.
That would have been disastrous for Penn State. Excellent grab from Joe Jakonski to keep things within the infield.
Cover from the shortstop. He wasn't even over there. It would have gone right past him, too.
We'll do again in the 0-2 count as Lowland fires over to second yet again to check Casillas. Lowland gets set. We'll deal the 0-2 downstairs in the turf.
Really great take there.
That ball right in front of Voss keeps the runners at bay. We'll do it next time at 1-2. The 1-2 popped up, and that'll trickle foul over the Penn State dugout.
Ooh,
over the stands.
Just out of the stadium, right onto the sidewalk outside. So hope everyone's all right.
Yep, got over everybody in the stands.
I mean, that got out of the stadium by about a foot.
Certainly, and you can keep souvenirs here. Softball, you can. I know I had this discussion yesterday. I think you should be able to keep them regardless.
I'd love to keep a softball
Exactly,
souvenir.
I would love it.
1-2 count.
And that is shot down the third base line, hard foul. And we'll do it yet again at a 1-2 count.
Colby Turner making this a very interesting at bat. As the crowd starts to get into it, a lot of kids cheering.
There might be some promotion today. 1-2 count is fouled into the Michigan dugout.
It's a lot of kids here today.
Yeah, I think there is, now that I think about it. I think I did see that in the schedule. Wolverine Kids Club Day at the ballpark.
That's a great way to sell concessions. See a lot of kids with popcorn.
Again with food. Again.
I can't help but talk about the food.
It's a regular WCBN topic on softball, baseball broadcast.
At this point, I think it's just to antagonize you.
Yeah, it's a regular topic. If you're a regular listener. The 1-2 is grounded down the line and left. Casillas will take the turn for home. He will score. Jeffries will follow as he hustles down the line. He will score. That's a 2 RBI double for Colby Turner to make things a 5-3 ball game.
That ball went right down the line, just a foot off the line. Went straight into the corner. Left fielder wasn't necessarily playing close to the line. He had to go chase after it. allowed the runner to score all the way from first to home.
Excellent piece of hitting from the cleanup hitter, Colby Turner. The 5-hole hitter, Junior Ybarra, will step in, the senior first baseman. Grounded into 3 unassisted in the second.
There's still only 1 out in this inning.
The Michigan bats coming alive a bit.
This rally started from the Greg Pace Jr. home run.
The 0-0 gets away from Voss, and Turner will take a free 90 feet. Now he will stand in at third. 1 down for Michigan, a runner at third.
And this has become an incredibly laborious inning for the Penn State bullpen.
There'll be a bullpen game here on out for Penn State. We will see what Michigan does on the flip side as we go into the fourth. Nonetheless, we're 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Runner on third, pitch to Ybarra outside to run the count now 2-0.
They brought Lawlin in to try and get this inning over with. He's up to, what is it, about a dozen pitches? And
11 so far.
11, and they have been laborious.
The 2-0 misses upstairs for a ball. 3-0. 3 consecutive misses from Lowland on the mound.
Michigan turning up the heat on Penn State. Penn State 6 hits, Michigan 5. And really the difference in this game is the 2 errors for Michigan.
The 3-0 is shot to Weingartner, who is playing natural second. Will fire it over to first for the out, but that will score the runner at third. Colby Turner will make this a 1-run ball game. Your score now 5-4. And that's maybe not what exactly you wanted if you're Junior Ybarra, but nonetheless, that does score the run. You do your job at the plate to advance the runner 90 feet to score, and Cole Caruso will step in with the base paths empty. 2 down for Michigan. Michigan tacked on 4 to make this what was a 5-run deficit, now 1 run. As Lawlin will deliver. Pitch misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Lawlin just has not looked comfortable since they brought him in.
Michigan's offense has not made it easy in the bottom of the third. 4 runs so far in this inning as Caruso will shoot that into dead center field. Tracking under that one will be Paxton Klein. That'll be over the wall and gone. Cole Caruso will make this a tie ball game, a 5-run bottom of the third. What was a 5-0 deficit is all of a sudden a tie ball game off the bat of Cole Caruso.
What a bomb straight to direct center field, just left of the 395 marker. That home run was about probably 400 feet.
Certainly, it's 395 to dead center. Just got over the wall. Klein made a jumping attempt at it. Did fall short, however. And that's Cole Caruso's 7th home run on the season, as Matt Spear will dig in to follow up.
The Penn State bullpen will continue to get going again as another player has taken off their warm-ups.
That pitch from Lawlin to Spear finds his own for an 0-1 count.
And if you're Penn State, this is a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, all of a sudden now, tie ball game. Spear 1 for 1, hit a single into left field in the second. That next pitch finds his own.
Quick 0-2.
Good stuff from Lowland. Not too rattled after the Caruso bomb. The 0-2. Big swing and a miss from Matt Spear. That will retire the side, but now all of a sudden it's a tie ball game after a 5-run bottom of the third. Your score, 5-all as we go into the fourth. Kurt Barr will take the mound. Tracy Smith and company not delegating to go to the bullpen. He will take practice cuts as the Michigan defense will trot back out. Greg Pace Jr. will trot out of the dugout and will go to his defensive position in right field. And how about his offensive performance so far? That home run to right field, hitting under 100 average on the season in limited attempts, granted, but to come in, the 9-hole hitter, kind of a rare presence in the lineup for this team, and make the absolute most of it off a right field bomb. Barely got over the wall, and that certainly gave a shot to this Michigan offense with the subsequent 4 runs to make this a tie ball game. As the Wolverine Kids Club, as it is the Kids Club day, get excited as it is a tie ball game, and Michigan's prospects in this one look so much better than it did just 10 minutes ago. Due up for Penn State, 8-9-1, Nate Voss, Mercado, and Weingartner will get underway. We will get underway. Nate Voss will settle in. I'm going to update your scoreboard as we move into the top of the 4th. First pitch off the hands of Barr is popped up. Under that one will be Jeter Ybarra into foul territory right in front of the Penn State dugout. He will get a glove on that one for the first out of the inning. And there's your scoreboard updated. Cole Mercado will step in 0 for 1 today. Been the regular right fielder in this one. First pitch off the hands of Barr is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Crusoe in the hot corner playing along the base path. Mitch Voigt again in shallow right. The 1-0 inside to make it a 2-0 count. Barr will check the wristband, will settle back into the rubber. He will deal the 2-0. That finds the zone to make it a 2-1 count. The 2-1 is knocked into fair territory. Feeling that clean will be Barr. Easy play for him. That'll be 2 down for Penn State. Mercado tried to pull back, made contact with that as that was off the barrel. Easy play for Barr on the mound. As the lineup card will flip over for the Nittany Lions, Ryan Weingartner will step in 2 for 2 today. A single and scored in the first, a double and scored in the third. Barr will deal. He goes first pitch hacking, and that is popped up into foul territory just over the Penn State dugout. No fan can make the catch as kids will scramble, and yep, that little boy will have a souvenir for the rest of his life, and he will be able to keep it.
Unlike softball.
Yeah, I know. I've traveled to Tampa twice in Louisville, and it's not just a Michigan policy that you can't keep souvenirs. It's everywhere. The 0-1.
Softball's more expensive?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
You'd think, right? Maybe. Larger ball?
It could be. The 1-1's upstairs. Or excuse me, the 0-1 is upstairs to make it a 1-1 count. Breaking ball in the 1-1 count.
That was an excellent pitch.
Zone. Yep. Great stuff. Paints the outside part of the plate to make it a 1-2 count. 2 down, nobody on for Michigan.
The break on that was just fantastic.
The 1-2 on the way. Big swing and a miss from Weingartner. That's Kurt Barr's 4th punch out of the game, and after a 3-run top of the 3rd, Kurt Barr puts a goose egg up to keep things at a tie ball game. Great stuff and great rebound from Kurt Barr. Eight, 9-1 due up for Michigan. Inge, Pace Jr., and Casillas. See if Greg Pace Jr. can repeat the magic that he had just an inning ago. As 8 of the 9 Michigan players in the lineup saw an at-bat in that bottom of the third, that 5-run explosion. And now with an inning break, there's more food. We got to keep bringing it up, and I really got to eat before these broadcasts. I think that's. And this is my last baseball broadcast. I only have like two more softball broadcasts, maybe a Big Ten tournament broadcast for softball, possibly. But learned this lesson a little too late. Got to eat before the broadcast, kids. And if there's any WCBN listeners or WCBN broadcasters, learn that lesson. As there is a new pitcher for Penn State, Matthew Van Ostenbridge will step in. Saw some time yesterday as well out of the bullpen. So he'll get his second cuts at this Michigan team.
So Penn State going to their, this is the third pitcher?
Third pitcher, yep.
In the fourth inning.
Ostenbridge yesterday pitched 1 in the third, allowing no hits, no earned, 1 strikeout. And some pretty good stuff. Only 20 innings or 20 pitches yesterday. And he'll try to stop Michigan's offensive momentum that Tracy Smith and company want to carry over from the bottom of the third. We'll get underway as the 8-hole hitter, designated hitter as well, Tyler Inge, will step in to begin the bottom of the fourth.
Tyler Inge trying to recreate what Greg Pace Jr. started last inning for the Michigan Wolverines. He's also trying to get his bat going, hitting 53 on the season.
He 1 for 19 on the season in limited appearances. He gets the start, he gets the nod in the lineup. As we will get underway, Inge will settle into the righty batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup, Van Ostenbridge, the southpaw. First pitch finds the inside part of his zone for a strike.
Another puzzling call by the home plate umpire.
Good movement on that pitch regardless off the hand of Van Ostenbridge as the 0-1 is on its way. Big swing and a miss. Van Ostenbridge pulled the strain on Inge.
As you said, really impressive break on these pitches. Inge, only a freshman.
The 0-2 on its way outside to make it a 1-2 count. The 1-2 is swung on and hit in the left center field. That'll find some grass. And he will take the turn.
Two.
He will make the turn for 2, and that'll be a stand-up double for Tyler Inge. What was a hitless streak that went back to February 16th and now on March 30th. Make that 2 for 20 on the season, and he gets things started for the Michigan Wolverines in the bottom of the fourth after a 5-run bottom of the third, and Greg Pace Jr. will step in, hit a home run in his first at-bat, 1 for 1.
Once again, head coach Tracy Smith's decision of starting the 2 struggling righties at the bottom of the order paying off for the Michigan Wolverines, starting rallies, getting the ball moving.
Van Ostenbridge will take a little bit of time to himself, walk around the mound. Now he will get back on the bump.
Michigan's got to take advantage of this. You got a pitcher who comes in, he pitched yesterday. He's looking to recreate what he did the day before, but you jump out on him early if you can keep this pushing. You could create some real damage.
Pace Jr. will show bunt, pulls back as that pitch is outside. Count now 1-0. The 1-0 is fouled back into the parking lot down the first base line.
If we were keeping track of how many balls each player's been hitting in the parking lot, Greg Pace Jr. is close to the top of that list.
Certainly, indeed. There's been a lot this weekend into that parking lot.
Still showing bunt.
The 1-1. Pace shows bunt, pulls back as that pitch is upstairs. Count now 2-1. And Austin Bridge will walk off the mound as Greg Pace Jr. and the Michigan third base coach will take some time and discuss strategy. That meeting's quickly over. Pace Jr. will walk back into the box. 2-1 count, nobody down, runner in scoring position, and Inge, who stands on second.
They're playing Fetty Wap in the stadium. Kids won't appreciate that. They're too young.
No, that was way before them. that was way before them. The 2-1 count, Pace shows bunt, pulls back, goes swinging that one. That is chopped to Molinaro at third, who will rifle it over to first for the first out of the inning. Inge will stay on second.
Inge not taking a lead, really, at second base. Staying put over there. And with 0 outs before that play, I mean, it's understandable.
Michigan's leadoff hitter will step in with 1 down, 1 on. Benny Casillas.
Inge now takes a little bit more of a lead.
Maintaining the permanent lead. 2 for 2 with 2 singles scored in the third. As Van Ostenbridge will step back onto the rubber. Crouches down. Gets out of it. Takes a deep breath. And fires to check Inge at second. He is called safe. Casillas will step back into the righty batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-0 on its way. First pitch finds the zone for a strike to run the count 0-1.
That one was tossed in there at 71 miles an hour.
The 0-1. Curveball finds the outside part of the zone to run the count 0-2.
That one even softer at 70. Movement of the curveball is fooling these Michigan hitters a little bit.
The 0-2. That's chopped to shortstop. Weingarter will make the glove, make the running throw over to first, and that'll be 2 down for Michigan. Great play by Weingarter to charge on that one, make the moving throw with the ease over to first. Now 2 down, 1 on second for Michigan. Braden Jeffries will stand in, walked in the third, and scored off that. 0 for 1. Inge takes his lead off second. 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts. Been caught stealing once. The 0 pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Then Ostenbridge settles back in and deals. Big cut from Jeffries, and he's count now even 1-1. The 1-1 on its way, and that is skied out into right center field. Klein will shade under that one for the third out of the inning. So after a leadoff base runner in Tyler Inge off the left center double to start things, Michigan will strand him at second in scoring position to keep things at a tie ball game 5-5 as we now move into the 5th inning. As Kurt Barr will trot back onto the bump for Michigan. Through 4 has surrendered 6 hits, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts on 66 pitches. And when he has looked dialed in, he has done it at a very efficient clip. Especially in the 2nd and 4th, looking to repeat those 2 performances here in the 5th.
Yeah, when he starts an inning with some momentum, he continues to bring it along with him for the whole ride. In those 1st and 3rd innings, Barr ended up getting some issues with the first batters he faced, and I think he struggled to settle in those innings after those events, but in the second and fourth, those innings were smooth sailing almost the whole way through, especially that last fourth inning. You're right. I mean, that was a very efficient, quick inning, and if he could just even come close to repeating that kind of inning, he'd be in a great spot.
So let's see if he does indeed. He will face 2, 3, 4 of this Penn State lineup.
What's his pitch count here going into the fifth inning?
66.
Not too bad.
Pretty efficient. So he will see Paxton Kling 1 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error in the third after singling in the first. Michigan infield will shade all the way to the left. Voigt on the other side of the second base bag. Barr will deliver upstairs nearly at head level. 1-0 count. Barr will settle back in on the rubber and deals the 1-0. That's dribbled just foul down the third base line. Weak contact off the bat of Kling to even it up 1-1. Kling will take some time as he walks around home plate as home plate umpire will dust off the plate.
Kling, a junior, one of the more experienced guys on this Penn State team, and arguably their best hitter with a 350 average and a slugging percentage of .694.
The 1-1 is grounded to Voigt, who will fire it cleanly over to first. And that will be the first out of the inning. Close play at first. Kling was charging down the line as Voigt on the other side of the second base bag had to make a longer throw than he's normally used to. That's one down for Penn State. Joe Jakonski, the three-hole hitter, will step in. Kling, one of 2 SEC transfers for this squad. Kling from LSU and Cole Wagner from Georgia. First pitch to Jakonski outside to make it 1-0 count. The 1-0 misses downstairs to make it a 2-0 count.
This Penn State team, just in general, has seen more looks at the plate than Michigan has. Their top 4 batters in the lineup have all seen over 100 at-bats this season.
2-0. Upstairs again to make it a 3-0 count. The 3-0 finds the zone to make the count 3-1.
That's an excellent execution of a necessary pitch. Had to find the zone there with 3 balls, no strikes, and he got it. Count now remains 3-1.
3-1 is shot, and Mitch Voigt will make the diving grab. Will fire it over the first for the second out of the inning. What a phenomenal play from Mitch Voigt, playing shallow right, played into the shift yet again.
Mitch Voigt yet again playing right field. He went a long way for that ball. It was grounded softly enough. He was able to sprint about 20 feet to his left, make a diving play, trapped it with his glove, and threw a dart right to first base.
Excellent play from Mitch Voigt, diving to his left. 2 down now for Michigan. Bryce Molinaro will step in 0 for 2. Grounded to Kurt Barr in the third. First pitch finds his own for a strike, 0-1.
Yet again, the kind of start that Kurt Barr's looking for.
The 0-1 is ripped to right field. Pace is charging on that one. He can't get to it. It's off the wall. Molinaro will make the turn for second. He will have extra bases. He will stand on second. And 2 out hitting for the Nittany Lions. A runner in scoring position off the bat of Bryce Molinaro. Jack Porter will step in, 2 for 2. Singled and scored and drove in a run in the third. Had a double in the first. Has driven in 2 for Penn State. So he will dig in with a runner in scoring position, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. First pitch inside near the hands to make it a 1-0 count. Barr steps on the rubber, standing on the left side with his right plant leg. That pitch downstairs to make it a 2-0 count. Barr looks back to Molinaro. Second will deal. Another pitch downstairs to make it a 3-0 count. The 3-0 finds the bottom half of the plate to make it a 3-1 count.
Barr in a strikeout situation, looking to locate on the corner of the zone once again. He's going to go right back out there probably.
3-1 is chopped foul to run the count full, 3-2.
Well, it's possible Molinaro on second might be looking to run on contact here.
We'll see indeed with a full count, 2 down, 1 on second in scoring position, and Bryce Molinaro. The full count pitch. Outside, ball 4.
And Kurt Barr is absolutely devastated that he didn't get the call there. He just missed the corner of the
just
zone.
missed. That was a great pitch, just missed outside.
I mean, honestly, a truly impressive job by Jack Porter from Penn State to not swing at that.
Yeah, that was a really good take from Porter. Cole Wagner will step in with 2 on, 2 down in the top of the 5th. He tripled in the 3rd and drove in a run as well, as Barr will check the wristband as he stands to the left of the rubber. Now settles in. We'll look back to Molinaro. Will deal. First pitch downstairs.
Kurt Barr throwing with a little bit more frustration right now. That pitch clocked in at 87. He's desperately trying to get out of this inning unscathed.
The 1-0 is chopped right in front of Barr, who will glove that cleanly. Will toss it over to Ybarra at first, and that will retire the tie. Penn State will strand 2 off 2 pieces of 2-out hitting. Nonetheless, we'll keep things at a tie ball game, 5-5, as we move into the bottom half of the 5th.
Kurt Barr started that inning with 2 quick outs, gave up a couple hits, and then was able to get out of the inning with a nice soft ground ball right to himself. Overall, a really great outing from Kurt Barr today. I don't know that he'll come back out for a 6th inning. I think he should be happy with that performance, aside from just a couple mistakes in the 1st and 3rd innings. Really great day for him today.
Certainly. As I believe we will see another pitching change, and we will for the Nittany Lions, as Ben DeMel, the redshirt junior from Concord, Ohio. Mostly short inning bullpen guy, especially last season, got the win over Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. Pitched against Pitt in the midweek. Had 1 inning pitch, 2 earned, 2 hits, 1 walk. So he will try to keep things status quo, 5-5. Penn State's 4th pitcher on the afternoon.
This will be a serious test for the overall depth of the Penn State bullpen.
So far this season for DeMel, 18 2/3 inning pitch, 4.8 ERA, 23 strikeouts to 8 walks. With a 1-1 record on the season.
Is this going to be Mitch Voigt leading off this inning?
Yep. 3-4-5, the heart of this Michigan order, due up next to begin the bottom of the fifth.
Mitch Voigt probably kicking himself after the last at-bat that he had with a runners-on situation. Good count, good matchup. He's going to be looking to lead off this inning with something a little bit more productive.
Voigt 0 for 1, struck out in the third, as you said, and walked in the first. DeMel still taking his cuts on the mound before we begin. And we will just about get underway. To begin the bottom of the fifth, Mitch Voigt will step in.
Righty matchup. DeMel from Penn State, righty with an ERA of, was it 4.82?
Yep. Voigt steps into the righty batter's box. First pitch from DeMel. Misses outside. 1-0 count. The 1-0. Lofted upstairs to make it a 2-0 count. Good eye from Mitch Voigt at the plate.
That one just missed at the top of the zone. Quick 2-0.
DeMel will deliver. Big cut from Mitch Voigt to run the count 2-1. Cannot get to the breaking ball. DeMel pulled the string.
Bit of an uncommittal swing from Mitch Voigt there. Once he started this swing, I don't think he liked the fact that he'd started.
The 2-1. Another cut from Voigt to even it up. 2-2. Kind of a half-hearted swing. Did break the plate regardless on the breaking ball. Downstairs. Count now even 2-2.
Mel kind of fooling Mitch Voigt here. But now he's seen some pitches.
The 2-2 off the hands of DeMel, and that is popped right behind the Penn State dugout out of play.
And caught by a fan.
Good catch.
He didn't even get up from his seat.
Didn't even phase him. He's probably a regular.
Probably.
Probably got a collection of them.
See, he doesn't got kids with him at this game.
Keeping that for myself.
Mm-hmm. Nah, he's got a girl with him.
Probably his wife. Count 2-2, nobody down, bases empty for Michigan in the bottom of the fifth. DeMel will deliver outside to run the count full 3-2. Colby Turner on deck for Michigan, the cleanup hitter. 3-2 count. And that is skied straight up. Penn State infield converging. Who's going to have it? It's going to be Molinaro right in front of the pitcher's mound, and that'll be a towering first out of the inning.
That ball went way up there.
Voigt just gets under that one. Colby Turner will get his cuts with one down, nobody on for Michigan.
Turner, 1 and 2 today.
Two RBI double in the third.
Yeah, he's still he's built off that momentum from yesterday in Michigan's win against Penn State. Could be another valuable part of a potential win today.
He will dig into the righty batter's box for his third cuts in this game. 0-0. Make that a 1 count. DeMel really relying on the breaking ball so far in this outing out of the bullpen. The 0-1 is skied, foul, trickling out of play.
Oh, just missing a car.
Well, you got to watch for the bounce too. It bounces to the other row. I don't even think you're safe if you just park in that parking lot. I would park.
You know, I saw an Audi parked in that parking lot today.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy work.
Thank God for insurance. The 0-2 count, swung on by Turner down the line, foul or
That's
fair.
A fair ball down the right field line in the corner.
Turner will take the turn for 2. As Mercado will quickly get a glove on that. Just down
Turner
the line.
hits a dance at second base. That was another great piece of hitting from him.
Turner just hugs the line down the right field line.
Yeah, I mean, you thought it was foul. I mean, it was maybe a couple inches fair.
Yeah.
It was really close. That pitch before that we were talking about that one in the parking lot, similar pitch, sliced it way foul. Second time he saw it, got it just in fair. And Turner continuing to be productive in this series.
So he'll stand on scoring position on second. Gio Ybarra stands in.
He's got the sliding mitt on too.
0 for 2 today. First pitch finds his own for a strike, 0-1. Ybarra in his last at bat sacrificed in a ground out that scored a run.
Depending on how this inning goes, Turner might flirt with a stealing opportunity.
One down for Michigan as Ybarra takes a rip at that one straight to Joe Jakonski, playing the shifted shallow right. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Again, Penn State couldn't have played that shift any perfectly. Jakonski didn't even have to move.
The deep second base shift today has been
massively
it's productive for both teams.
That's why you do it for sure. Cole Caruso steps in. A towering shot to dead center field in the third. Solo shot. He's got a runner in scoring position with 2 down for Michigan in the bottom of the 5th. DeMel will deliver. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0 count. Caruso settles back in. The 1-0 inside, make that 2-0.
DeMel touching 91 miles per hour with that pitch.
I've seen him really rely on the breaking ball so far out of the bullpen. See if he goes back to that on the 2-0. And he does. It misses outside for a 3-0 count now. Matt Spear on deck. The 3-0 misses downstairs, ball 4.
So a 4-pitch walk issued to Cole Caruso puts runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Big spot for Matt Spear here for sure. With Turner on second, Caruso on first now off the free pass. Matt Spear will step in, 1 for 2 on the day.
Matt Spear, who hits lefty, will face the righty DeMel in a really big spot for the Michigan Wolverines.
So he will settle in the lefty batter's box with 2 on, 2 down for Michigan. DeMel will deliver, and that is ripped to Jakonski at second, who will make the clean grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So Michigan will strand 2 in the bottom of the 5th to keep things at a 5-5 ball game. Seven, 8, 9 due up for Penn State. Kurt Barr will trot out yet again.
This is a big spot for Kurt Barr, getting the opportunity to come out into the 6th inning. I know his pitch count's low, but Michigan, a team which doesn't like to overextend their pitchers too much, taking a flyer on Kurt Barr today, letting him go the distance as long as they can.
Certainly does. You'll see the bottom 3rd of this Penn State order, and I think that's part of the calculus of keeping him in.
Absolutely.
Nobody warming up in the bullpen, though, however, for Michigan.
No.
So this might be Kurt Barr's game unless something really awry takes place. You never know. Still March, madness happens. So you never know.
Absolutely.
You never know. That just doesn't apply to basketball. That applies to every sport.
Most definitely. Will Rogers yesterday pitching deep into that game. Michigan looking to get more innings out of their starter today. Rogers pitched, 5 innings of relief yesterday?
Yeah, 5 innings of relief. Got the win. He replaced Dylan Vigneault, who himself had a pretty decent outing.
Yeah.
David Lally Jr. got beat up in the first game, and that caused Michigan to go 7 pitchers into the bullpen in the 12-5 loss on Friday.
Yeah. Third game of this series, back to back. Michigan trying not to finish this series running on fumes. So Kurt Barr having a strong outing. When he's been on today, he has been on. His first and third innings were the only ones that blew up on him. Aside from that, the second, fourth, and fifth innings have been scoreless. And so he comes into the sixth inning here looking to maintain that tie game.
Jesse Jakonski will step in, 0 for 2, struck out twice, struck out looking in the third. Has not been able to catch up to what Kurt Barr has been throwing at him so far. We'll begin things in the sixth. Jakonski will show bunt. That'll trickle foul down the third base line.
Jakonski 0 for 2 today, not seeing any production against Kurt Barr, trying to switch it up with a bunt, trying to get on by any means.
The 0-1 misses just upstairs, to even it up 1-1.
Barr still sitting at 87. His arms look strong today. He's now sitting at 84 pitches.
The 1-1 is swung on by Jakonski to make it a 1-2 count. Do not get up to the fastball, as Jesse Jakonski will step back in to the righty batter's box. Righty-righty matchup. Settles in on the inside part of the righty batter's box. The 1-2 swung on by Jakonski, and he will be sat down on strikes. His third strikeout of the game. Barr's fifth. And that's a big first out of the inning.
And really, that's what we're used to seeing out of Kurt Barr is the strikeout, and he hasn't gotten it as much today. I could give him some real confidence trying to fill out this inning.
Nate Voss will step in 0 for 2 today. First pitch downstairs for a strike. 0-1, one down, nobody on for Penn State in the top of the sixth. 5-5 ball game with the series on the line. And that is shot down the right field line that will
hook foul.
Hook foul, indeed, into the Penn State bullpen.
It's hard to tell from our press box, but I don't believe I see anybody warming up for the Penn State bullpen.
No.
On the other hand,
some soft toss.
In the Michigan bullpen, we do have activity.
Yeah, some soft toss. The 0-2
There's no
outside.
Urgency from the Michigan team.
Yep.
This is Kurt Barr's inning unless something goes wrong. So far, so good. 1-2 count, 1 out.
The 1-2 is shot into right field yet again, and that's hooking just out of play, foul into the Penn State bullpen, and we'll do it again at a 1-2 count. Voss will settle back in with a 1-2 count. One down, nobody on for Penn State. Barr will deal. That misses downstairs to even it up 2-2. Voss hitting .208 on the season with 4 home runs. Big swing and a miss from Voss. 2 up, 2 down on strikes for Kurt Barr, his 6th punch out of the game. And Barr looks settled in, going against his bottom third of the Penn State order.
Kurt Barr absolutely feeling himself after back-to-back strikeouts. He is amped, but he settles back onto the mound to face Cole Mercado.
0 for 2 today, grounded to Barr. He will chop this one to Mitch Voigt, who will field that cleanly, throw it over to first, and that'll retire the side. And Barr looks dialed in, made that inning pretty much as efficient as it gets. 3 up, 3 down to keep things at a 5-5 ball game.
Kurt Barr absolutely amped after that inning, and he's getting the high fives in the dugout. He is done for the day. What a performance. He got better as the day went on.
Certainly has. DeMel will trot back onto the mound for Penn State. No pitching change thus far. Due up next for Michigan is 8-9-1. Tyler Inge will lead things off for Michigan as he takes his cuts on the on-deck circle. DeMel will take his practice cuts on the mound. Still a beautiful day here in Ann Arbor. Thank you for tuning in to WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan baseball. The official student radio of the University of Michigan. We always have coverage anytime Michigan baseball is in town. They do not have a midweek this season, or we will not have coverage of that at least, as Michigan will make the short trip to Ypsilanti to go against Eastern Michigan on Tuesday. After that, they'll make the trip to Eugene, Oregon to face the Oregon Ducks. We'll get back underway in the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Inge will step in. 1 for 2, was struck out looking in the 6th, but had a leadoff double to begin things in the 4th. As DeMel will deal the 0-0 count. Misses outside to make it a 1-0 count. The 1-0 is shot down the third base line, just foul to even it up 1-1.
Just left of the left field line by about a foot. Tyler Inge, who tried to start a rally last time out.
The 1-1 shot foul.
He hit that double up into left center field. Looking to have some more production again in this next at bat.
Inge will settle back in. DeMel will deal the 1-2. Pop foul over the press box. He will do it again at a 1-2 count next time.
When you're in a slump like Inge was, a hit like that, a double, can really turn things around for you.
The 1-2 misses outside, even it up 2-2.
That reassurance that you can in fact get the production, that you can in fact get the hits, can totally reestablish your confidence at the plate.
DeMel will deal the 2-2. Popped straight into the Penn State dugout. And we'll do it again at a 2-2 count.
Inge making DeMel work in this at bat.
The 2-2 on its way off the hands of DeMel. Inside to run the count full, 3-2. Greg Page Jr. on deck, hit a home run in his first at bat. Nobody on, nobody down for Michigan in the top of the 6th, or the bottom of the 6th, excuse me. Full count pitch is shot foul, and we'll do it again at full count.
Along with this at bat drags on, the more it might play in the hands of Inge here.
DeMel is set on the rubber with both feet on it. He will deliver the 3-2. Misses outside, ball 4. Inge amped up on the walk. He will make the trot. He gets a free 90 feet to first. And Greg Page Jr., the 9-hole hitter, will step in with 1 on first. Nobody down for Michigan.
Just incredible patience and focus there from Inge. Setting the stage for Greg Pace Jr. to have another productive at bat. Again, he's 1 for 2 today, as you mentioned, with that home run down the right field line, the 320 marker. Having a slight pause here. Do you see what this is for?
No, I don't see anything. Just
home plate umpire is just asking.
Calling it off. Greg Pace looks a little bamboozled in the righty batter's box. He steps in regardless, and we're back underway. Inj on first. Pace shows bunt. Molinaro shades in, and he will get a piece of that one. That'll be foul just in front of the Penn State dugout.
Do you recall, did Pace Jr. show bunt last up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Before the strategy meeting, then he went out swinging. Grounded in the fourth, grounded to Molinaro.
Inge looks itching to steal.
See if he does indeed. 0 for 1 on the season. Pace shows bunt. He does get something down right in front of DeMel. He will field that one cleanly, fired over to first for the first out of the inning. Inge will advance 90 feet into scoring position. He stands on second as the lineup card flips over. Leadoff hitter Benny Casillas will step in.
Great contribution there by Greg Pace Jr., moving the runner over. It's a great sacrifice bunt.
Runner in scoring position for Michigan in a tie ball game, 5-5. First pitch upstairs, 1-0.
Benny Casillas has been productive today, but not in a spot where he was able to move any runners to home. So looking to actually do that now.
2 for 3 on the afternoon, 2 singles scored in the third. The 1-0, downstairs, 2-0 count.
Looking to drive in Inge from second base, who again, not quite as hungry looking to steal this time around, but still ready to go when the ball's put in play.
The 2-0 misses just upstairs to make it a 3-0 count. Good eye from Benny Casillas at the plate in a really good hitter's count.
DeMel, just like last inning, as soon as something kind of goes awry, he's a little shaken.
DeMel with the 3-0 in the turf, ball 4.
Ooh.
Another walk surrendered by DeMel in this inning. Casillas gets a free pass with Braden Jeffress standing in with 2 on, 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Jeffress 0 for 2. Flew out to center in the 4th.
He's had some good at-bats despite his 0 for 2 on the day.
He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. So 2 on for Michigan, 1 down. Good chance at the heart of the Michigan lineup due up next. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
Jeffrey's also a lefty hitter against a righty pitcher here.
DeMel will deliver. Jeffress gets a piece of that one. That'll be shot foul down the third base line. Count now even, 1-1.
As far as I can see, there's no activity in the Penn State bullpen. They are intent on letting DeMel figure this out on his own.
The 1-1 is shot straight back. Foul, and we'll do it again.
That one.
1-2 count. DeMel gets the sign, checks the wristband, settles in on the rubber. Deals. And that finds the zone for a strike. Jeffrey sat down on strikes. 2 down now for Michigan. Mitch Voigt will now stand in. 2 down, 2 on in the bottom of the 6th in a tie ball game.
Mitch Voigt once again looking to cause some damage in a big spot. Throughout this series, he's had success in those positions. Today, not so much. This at-bat could be the difference maker of that trend today.
Good get back at bat for DeMel after surrendering 2 straight walks. Punches out
2 out.
Jeffries. Voigt stands in, gets a piece of that one, fouls that straight back to make it an 0-1 count.
2 on, 2 out. We got Inge on second base and Casillas on first. And Mitch Voigt stands in. It's an 0-1 count.
The big spot for Michigan here in a tie ball game.
Crowd gets into it. Kids are going crazy.
DeMel will deliver the 0-1 upstairs and away to even it up, 1-1. Really good Michigan fan base here today.
It's nice having the kids promotion. They're the loudest ones here.
The 1-1 on its way upstairs.
Mel's got to be careful he doesn't load the bases here. And bring up the dangerous Colby Turner up to the plate.
Colby Turner 2 for 3. Voigt 0 for 2. Popped up to Molinaro in the 5th. Struck out in the 3rd. Voigt settles back in. The 2-1 is shot in the left center field. That won't have enough juice on it. Kling will settle under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. The side is retired. Michigan will strand another 2 in the bottom of the 6th to keep things at a 5-5 ball game. As we check the score of the Reds-Giants game, I'm a huge Reds fan, and Dylan here,
I'm a huge
Giants fan, and
they're playing
got
each
the rubber,
other today.
We got the rubber match in that series.
Opening week brought the 2 of our teams together. They are also in the 3rd game of their 3-game series.
Giants up 4-3. Unfortunately, a lot of ball to play.
It was just 4-0, and the Reds have put up 3 runs here. So
the Rally Reds. What can I say?
I have no idea.
What can I say? No. Gotta wish for a good year. It's kind of tough being a Reds fan.
Ramos has put up his 2nd homer of the year already. But yeah, both teams.
Pitching. Oh, I know we're pitching.
Is that Kurt Barr back on the mound?
Still on the mound.
Oh my.
No defensive changes otherwise for Michigan. Kurt Barr still on the mound through 6. Has surrendered 7 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. I mean, got to keep it up, but they have a dangerous 1-2-3 due up for Penn State.
There is some more serious activity in the Michigan bullpen. I'm sure Kurt Barr's on a much shorter leash in this inning.
Yeah,
however, he is out there.
He's got his work cut out for him.
Extend this as far as he can.
Certainly does. You'll see the Nittany Lion leadoff hitter, Ryan Weingartner, 2 for 3. His single in the 1st, double in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th.
He'll face 2 righties back-to-back to open up this inning, which is a favorable matchup for Michigan. The umpire calls time as Barr was getting into his windup.
A little bit of a stoppage.
Yeah, what's the situation here? It's a little unclear. The umpire doesn't seem pleased.
Barr's shaking that off. I think he was in mid-delivery, and the umpire called it off.
All right, we settle in now.
That doesn't make any pitcher happy. The 0-0 downstairs.
And it showed. Barr just threw that at 89. He's been sitting around 87 today. He's got to settle in here.
The 1-0 is chopped foul just in front of the Michigan dugout. Even count now, 1-1. Barr settles in on the rubber, deals the 1-1. Misses just outside to make it a 2-1 count.
Just missed with that location. Kurt Barr, this inning should touch the 100 pitch mark and then go past it if he's able to.
At 95 before this at bat, the 2-1 pitch misses again to make it a 3-1 count. Max Dayback warming up in the bullpen for the Wolverines. See if he sees some action in this game.
It should be his 100th pitch.
3-1. Chopped foul at the backstop to run the count full 3-2.
So with his 101st pitch coming up, it's a full count with nobody on, no outs in the is this the 7th inning?
Top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th inning. Even I don't know what's going on, and I'm here.
Full count pitch on the way downstairs, ball 4. The leadoff hitter And Weingartner will take a free pass. That is Barr's second walk surrendered in this game. Leadoff base runner for the Nittany Lions is the heart of the Nittany Lion order. Due up next, Paxton Kling will dig in. 1 for 3, reached on an error in the third.
And with that first leadoff walk, it looks like Kurt Barr is going to be taken out of this game.
Tracy Smith will trot out of the Wolverine dugout. As the infield converges on the mound, we will see indeed if there is a pitching change. Again, Max Daybeck is warming up.
He's been warming up since this inning started.
Doesn't look like they're going to make the change just yet.
No,
Tracy
this is
Smith
more of a discussion.
Tracy Smith's just going to talk it over. Again, this is a dangerous part of the Penn State lineup. 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. And again, as you mentioned earlier, Paxton Kling, objectively the most dangerous hitter in this Penn State lineup, is now coming up to bat.
Certainly, 351 average on the season. Again, 10 home runs. And at this juncture of the season, that is a great stat line. Kurt Barr will stay on the mound as the infield will go back to their positions. Tracy Mound will make the long trot back to the Wolverine dugout. And it's still Kurt Barr's 7th inning of work.
This man has an OPS over 1100.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Big-time SEC transfer.
This is what this is really is. It's a strong showing of the trust that Tracy Smith has in Kurt Barr.
Been the routine Sunday starter for this Michigan team this season. The 0-0 to Kling is shot into right field. Pace will shade under that one as he runs back. He gets a glove on it for the first out of the inning. That's a tough play for Pace to make as that was hooking right towards him. Had to adjust on the fly, but that will be the first out of the inning, 1 down.
Yeah, you shifted to his right, and then he had to come back on it about, I don't know, what was that, like 20 feet? Almost to the warning track, but excellent play. Excellent pitch selection, too, by Kurt Barr. One pitch took care of the most dangerous hitter.
Joe Jaconti will step in 0 for 3. Grounded to second base. Barr will check Weingartner at first. No success there. 0-0 count, 1 down, 1 on for Penn State in the top of the 7th. 5-5 ball game. Barr will deliver inside to run the count 1-0.
That was inside, but Jakonski really crowding the plate in his approach here. He stands close.
The 1-0 misses outside to make it a 2-0 count. As Barr will fire to Weingartner at first. He gets back safely.
Barr will continue to really unload the tank here as he understands this is, regardless, his last inning of the game.
Barr fires to Weingartner again. A little bit of a catch. Game of catch between Ybarra and Barr.
We mentioned this the first inning. Weingartner, 19 for 19 on steal attempts. He stole one in the first.
Barr again checks Weingartner for the 4th time. Count still 2-0 if you still remember that. 1 down, 1 on. Top of the 7th. Barr will look over to Weingartner. We'll go over for a 5th time. Weingartner gets gutsy with his lead.
Yeah.
He's just tempting Barr to throw it over to him. He's taking the bait.
He's got to trust Matt Spear's arm here.
Barr will deliver. That is chopped weakly. Spear will get out of the crouch. He will deliver. That is a bad throw from Spear. Voigt gets on that one as Ybarra couldn't pick it off from off the ground.
Voigt did an amazing job of backing up that play.
Yeah.
He ran all the way from, I mean, he was already shifted over there by first, but he ran right behind first. It was a tough hop to him, too. Prevented the runner, Weingartner, from advancing not just to second, but also to third there.
So both runners are safe. Jakonski will stand at first, likely off the throw. Yep, off the throwing error by Matt Spear. Michigan's third error on the game. Weingartner will advance to second and in scoring position. 2 on, 1 down for Penn State in the top of the 7th. Kurt Barr in a bit of a jam here.
But again, he's been entrusted by Tracy Smith.
Yo-Oh inside, nearly at the hands to make it a 1-0 count. Molinaro doubled to right field in the 5th. Down the line. Barr will step back in onto the rubber. We'll look to Weingartner at second. We'll deal to the plate instead. Count now even 1-1. Good pitch. Good job finding the outside part of the zone.
He had to locate one there just to assert himself in the zone. He did a great job. 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 on, runners first and second.
The 1-1 is dribbled foul just in front of the Michigan dugout. Make the count now 1-2. Kurt Barr will get back on the bump. Looks back to Weingartner. Takes a big lead. Will deliver. Big swing and a miss for Molinaro. That's Kurt Barr's 7th punch out of the game. 2 down for Penn State.
The last 2 innings, he's really gone back to the strikeout. Absolutely filthy pitch to get the punch out there.
Jack Porter due up the designated hitter, 2 for 2 today. Walked in the 5th, singled and doubled, and earlier drove in 2 runs total in this game. Weingartner at second, Joe Jakonski at first. Barr will deliver in the turf. Spear gets a hand on that one to keep the runners at bay. Count now 1-0. As the Wolverine Stormtrooper makes an appearance. I know he was at the softball game yesterday. Member of the Go Blue Empire. The 1-0 is swung on by Porter, chopped to Caruso, who fired across the diamond over to first to Ibarra for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll retire the side.
And Kurt Barr is absolutely amped. He runs into the dugout. His teammates swarm him. Just an incredible performance. Aside from those 1st and 3rd innings, he had 5 scoreless innings pitched through 7. He came into this game with an ERA of 5.32, and after today, his ERA will drop down below 4.5.
For sure, and especially give him all the credit as well. Allowed 2 in the top of the 1st. Did not let that rattle him too much. Gave up 3 in the 3rd, and since that has had 4 straight shutout innings as we move into the 7th inning stretch, moving in the bottom half of the 7th. Due up next for Michigan. 4-5-6, the heart of the Michigan order. Ben DeMel still on the mound. No other defensive changes otherwise for Penn State. Things staying status quo all around. As Dylan's doing the YMCA up here in the booth.
It's the 7th inning stretch.
That's true.
I got to get my stretch in too. I was sitting just like everyone else.
We're in a nice cozy. We're not.
It's true. We're not on a bleacher seat.
On the bleacher
we are
seat
in
or
comfy chairs in an enclosed space.
Colby Turner will start things off for Michigan in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Still a 5-5 game. And if you've watched any bit of Michigan athletics this year, you become no stranger to tight games and nail-biting ones at that.
All sports.
Well, basketball especially. My heart's used to it now. I'm totally used to it. We'll get underway. Colby Turner will lead things off for Michigan. 2 for 3 on the day. Doubled and drove in 2 in the 3rd and doubled again in the 5th. Takes a big hack at the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Michigan's had a good look at DeMel now. It's about time we started getting more production run-wise against him.
Turner settles back in. DeMel will deliver.
And I say that because he hasn't exactly looked dominant either.
Mm-hmm.
He's given up hits, some walks.
Count now 1-1. Last pitch downstairs.
They just need that one hit in the right spot.
Even count pitch. Swung on, fouled back over the.
And somebody's calling their insurance right now.
Over the first base stands. Count now 1-2. Ooh, Matt McClain homered. Still 4-3. I didn't know that was him. Good for him.
Your goat.
Nah, I like Ellie De La Cruz more, but Matt McClain's still good. 1-2. Upstairs to run the count even 2-2.
I had McClain in fantasy the year he debuted.
That's good. I liked him more when McClain and Ellie had the same rookie year. I liked McClain more.
I did too.
And then Ellie has turned it up. The 2-2 is swung on, popped up. Molinaro will shade under that one in foul territory if he has enough room, and he does for the first out of the inning. Junior Ybarra, the 5-hole hitter, will step in with one down, nobody on for Michigan in the bottom of the 7th. Ybarra 0 for 3. Lined out straight to Jakonski, who's moving back into shallow right. Playing the shift. Shift worked to perfection last time.
Yeah, the second base shift has been very effective today. Better than any other scouting report in the game.
The entire Penn State infield moving towards right field. Weingartner on the other side of the second base bag. Jakonski playing about 15 feet in the shallow right.
One of the Penn State coaches is coming out of the dugout.
I think it's going to be something with pitch comm. Maybe they're switching.
Yeah. The first baseman met with the catcher.
Yep. Yeah, they changed up the wristband a bit.
Everything looks all good now. Ybarra will step back in the box, and DeMel will step back onto the rubber here in just a sec. 0-0 count. 1 out. We're on the bottom of the 7th. It's a 5-5 game.
DeMel delivers. Shows bunt.
Ooh.
Gets a little bit of Ybarra's hand there. Shakes that one off.
I don't know if it was his hand or if it just hit his.
Maybe.
When you bunt like that, and it's too close to your hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. He'll dig back in. Shakes that one off. The 0-1 count. One down. Nobody on. DeMel will deliver. And that is shot into dead center field. Clean retreating back. About 3 steps in front of the warning track. He will corral that one in for the second out of the inning. Not enough juice on that one. But Cole Caruso will step in with 2 down. Nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. Cole Caruso hit a home run in the 3rd to dead center. Drove in a run. Walked in his last plate appearance in the 5th.
Yeah, Caruso's played pivotal parts in the rallies of this game. And you think that in a position like this with 2 outs, a tie game, nobody on, he might be the guy to get something started.
DeMel will deliver. Caruso will foul that one straight back. He goes swinging on the first pitch. DeMel is set on the rubber. Will fire the 0-1 downstairs in the turf to make it a 1-1. The 1-1 on its way, picked at by Voss as was in the turf to make it a 2-1 count.
Like before the plate. DeMel trying to dig deep here as he's gone well into the game. Kind of unclear how far they want to send him. There's still no activity in the Penn State bullpen. They're really trying to ride out DeMel's scoreless success.
The 2-1 off the hand of DeMel misses just outside to make it a 3-1 count. Good eye from Cole Caruso. 2 down, nobody on. Matt Spear on deck.
This is DeMel's second time facing Caruso, is it not?
Possibly.
I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think so. DeMel's gone 2 2/3. 3-1 just nabs the outside part of the plate to run the count full 3-2. Caruso is ready to chuck the bat back towards the Michigan dugout.
Full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, tie game 5-5.
Full count. In the turf, ball 4. Caruso will take the free pass. That's DeMel's 4th walk ushered in this game, and a 2-out base runner for Michigan with Matt Spear due up next for Michigan.
Once again, Caruso finding himself a part of the momentum. Matt Spear has not been a part of the momentum today. He's 1 for 3, but he hasn't had the productivity in the spots that he's needed to. And right now, he could really get the bat going.
DeMel is set on the left side of the rubber. Will deal. First pitch finds the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Chikotsky playing second, about 2 steps outside of the dirt in the infield. DeMel deals inside for a ball to even it up, 1-1. Weingartner playing closer to the second base bag, outfield straight up. DeMel is set on the rubber, deals the 1-1. Caught at by Spear, gets a piece of that one to run the count 1-2.
DeMel's starting to take his time a little bit more out the runners on base. Before he was quick pitching, now he's slowing it down. He got that last pitch off with 1 second on the pitch clock.
2 down, 1 on for Michigan. The 1-2 on its way, and that is caught at by Spear into right field. That'll find some grass for a base hit. Cole Caruso will make the turn for third. Runners at the corners now with 2 down for Michigan. Good piece of 2-out hitting for Matt Spear.
Matt Spear, like I said, finally finding a hit in a big spot, moving the runner from first to third. Now we got runners on the corners, 2 outs. It's a big spot.
And pinch hitting for Tyler Inge will be Jonathan Kim. Started yesterday in right field, had a pinch hitting appearance in the first game. Reliable lineup presence, has the day off today. It's a 239 or 289, excuse me, average. So he will step in a big spot with the runners at the corners. Caruso at third, Spear at first. DeMel is set, deals. First pitch finds the outside part of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Kim and DeMel are set. DeMel will deal the 0-1, misses outside, 1-1. DeMel will check the wristband. Gets onto the left side of the rubber.
Kim still looking for his first home run of the year.
DeMel will fire over to Spear at first. Spear's called safe. As DeMel looks to quicken up the pace, Kim now gets into the box with DeMel set for about 4 seconds. The 1-1 on its way. That's cut at by Kim down the left field line. It is fair. It'll score 1 in Caruso. Spear will make the turn for third. He gets the stop sign. Jonathan Kim will stand in at second with a stand-up double off the bench. And Michigan will take a lead 6-5.
Just an incredible at-bat off the bench. You know, he's been sitting there cold all game on his day off. Comes in, gets a favorable count, gets a favorable pitch, and hits a slicer down the left field line. The left fielder was playing well off the line because Kim's a lefty, and he hit that way oppo right into the corner. Kim's now stands on second base. Spears on third. Michigan's now up 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th.
Greg Page Jr. now up 1 for 2. Hit a home run in his first at bat in the 3rd. First pitch downstairs, 1-0. 2 runners in scoring position for Michigan with 2 down, and for Spear and Kim as well. Phenomenal pieces of 2-out hitting. And the game's on the line. Next pitch upstairs to run the count 2-0.
And Penn State now has activity in their bullpen.
They will take a brief pitchers meeting. It looks like I don't believe they'll make the change just yet.
This doesn't look like their head coach.
Be the pitching coach, Nate Voss behind the plate for the Nittany Lions, and Ben DeMel. In a huge spot, the 9-hole hitter, Greg Page Jr., hit a home run in the 3rd. That's 2 on, Spear on 3rd, Kim at 2nd. 2 in scoring position. Michigan again with the lead, 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th.
Greg Pace Jr. with some phenomenal at-bats today. Hit a home run earlier in the game. Then he showed bunt the next 2 at-bats. And in his last at-bat, he was able to sacrifice bunt and move the runner over from first to second.
The meeting of 3 now over. We'll get back underway.
So Greg Pace Jr. now steps up to the plate. He's got a 2-0 count with 2 outs. Runners on 2nd and 3rd.
Big spot for Michigan to expand their lead and tack on some insurance. The 2-0. Outside for a ball. Make the count 3-0.
That's 3 straight just blatant misses by DeMel.
Pace Jr. steps back in. DeMel is set on the mound. He will deal. Ball 4. Pace Jr. will walk on 4 pitches and will load the bases. That's DeMel's 5th walk surrendered in this game out of the bullpen. Now the bases are loaded with 2 outs and the lineup card flips over. Benny Casillas will now stand in for his 5th at-bat of the game.
Casillas 2 for 3 on the day. He's hitting over 400 on the season, and in a big spot like this one, Michigan could really use a hit from him now.
Casillas had 2 singles in the 1st and the 3rd. Walked in the 6th in his last plate appearance, and another coaches meeting, and I believe this will be a pitching change.
This will be it for DeMel.
Yep, this indeed will. First base umpire will signal to the Penn State bullpen down the line, and we will get a pitching change as the lineup card flips over. And that is DeMel's day done. 2 2/3 inning. 3 hits, 1 earned, 5 walks on 63 innings pitched out of the bullpen.
Michigan's had a very productive inning. They've scored a run off the Jonathan Kim double, but they've only scored the 1, and they're only up by 1 run here. 6-5 Michigan in the bottom of the 7th. Bases are loaded, and up comes Benjamin Casillas in a big spot.
Diamond Loosely will step in, his 2nd cuts out of the bullpen against Michigan in this series. Pitched on Friday afternoon in the 12-5 win. Pitched 2 1/3, surrendered 4 hits, no earned, and 1 strikeout off 21 pitches. But he is in a big spot with the bases loaded, 2 down, and the leadoff hitter, Benny Casillas, steps in for Michigan. Loosely will take some cuts on the mound. Loosely, the transfer from Orange Coast College in Hawaii as well. Mostly a bullpen guy for those 2 stops. Right in his wheelhouse here.
The PA guy's really trying to get the crowd into this, but
not Owen Crane.
Unfortunately, I think some decent amount of the kids have left, and they were the main noisemakers.
It's not Owen Crane today, unfortunately. He's, I believe, doing tennis. Doing tennis PA. He's all over the place with the Michigan Athletics Department.
That man is a busy man.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. Our runners were meeting off with coaches on the sideline, but now they're going to head back to their bases.
Benny Casillas will step back in the righty batter's box. Again, bases loaded. Spear on third, Kim on second, Page Jr. on first. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. One run already scratched across for Michigan. Gave themselves the lead, 6-5. With the new pitcher.
Just looking for a base hit here.
Loosely gets set on the left side of the rubber. Takes a deep breath. Deals to Casillas. First pitch finds his own. First strike, 0-1. The 0-1 on the way. That's swung on by Casillas, grounded to Weingartner, who will toss it over to Jakonski at second for the force, and that will retire the side. Michigan strands 3. They strand the bases loaded, but Michigan will take the lead in the bottom of the 7th to make it a 6-5 ball game. Due up for Penn State, 6-7-8. We will see a pitching change. Kurt Barr's day is done. We will see Max Daybeck. The junior righty from Seattle, Washington. His 3rd year in as many years. Spent his freshman year at Washington, then at Texas A&M, and then spent a year at Folsom Lake College. First team All-American at the junior college level, Conference Player of the Year. Played both ways. He was a phenomenal hitter too. Nearly 450 average, 12 home runs, 84 RBIs, and stands at an impressive 6'7" frame. So he will stand in to keep things at a 1-run lead for Michigan. Daybeck on the season, 2.57 ERA, 15 strikeouts, 10 walks, 1.2 whip as well. He's in a big spot. 6-7-8 due up for Penn State. They'll start with Cole Wagner, 1 for 3 on the day, tripled in the 3rd, drove in a run as well. So we'll get things started here as we move into the 8th frame of the game. Cole Wagner will step in. Cole Wagner digs in. Righty-lefty matchup. Wagner, the southpaw. Outfield playing a little on the deeper side. First pitch by Daybeck finds his own for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 finds his own yet again. Count now 0-2. Daybeck gets set. Right foot on the rubber, deals in the turf to make it a 1-2 count. Daybeck deals the 1-2 downstairs to run the count even, 2-2. Matt Spear behind the plate, liking that location. Good take from Cole Wagner, the senior first baseman. the transfer from Georgia. The 2-2 on the way. Swung on, foul, way out of play down the third base line. We'll do it again next time in a 2-2 count. Daybeck is set on the rubber and fires. Big swing and a miss. Ugly swing from Cole Wagner, and the first batter seen by Max Daybeck is sat down on strikes. His 16th punch out of the year. As Jesse Jakonski stands in 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, trying to avoid the golden sombrero.
Absolutely fooled him with that pitch. Had him looking silly.
Kind of a half-hearted swing from Wagner. Could not pull back in time. He sat down. First pitch to Jesse Jakonski. Misses just outside for a 1-0 count. Michigan infield shading again to the left.
Watching Daybeck pitch is just so much fun.
The 1-0 is chopped to Caruso, who gloves that cleanly. Will fire it across the diamond to first for the second out of the inning. 2 down now for Michigan in the top of the 8th.
Daybeck has this wild delivery where he kind of throws himself at you off the mound. It's a little freaky, but it's incredibly entertaining to watch as a viewer and as a fan of the sport.
Well, when you stand at 6'7",
right, I mean,
then yeah.
Well, it's intimidating too. You know, you're standing in the batter's box. You see a 6'7" man.
Well, especially with the added height that the mound gives.
Exactly. It's very effective.
Nate Voss next up pops that one up out of play over the first base dugout.
And that might be another call to the insurance company.
Count now 0-1, 2 down, nobody on for Penn State. Voss settles back in, 0 for 3, struck out in his last. Next pitch outside for a ball to even it up 1-1. The 1-1. Breaking action finds the zone for a strike. Count now 1-2. Daybeck settles back in on the left side of the rubber, takes a deep breath. Relax the shoulders and deals. The 1-2 just upstairs to run the count even 2-2.
Daybeck reacting to the near miss of that pitch. He was a little disappointed in himself maybe and with the call.
Certainly wanted that one.
So already settles in now, 2-2 count.
That's swung on foul, and we'll do it again next time, 2-2. 2 down, nobody on.
Nate Voss only hitting .204 on the year, and he's 0 for 3 today. He settles back in at a 2-2 count with nobody on.
Daybeck is set on the mound as Voss waits. The 2-2 on the way, inside, near the shins to run the count full, 3-2. The full count pitch is fired. Upstairs, ball 4.
Daybeck getting a little antsy there, struggled with the location after he got the 2 strikes.
9-hole hitter will step in with a 2-out base runner on for Penn State. Cole Marcado 0 for 3. 2 groundouts in the 4th and the 6th. We'll see a pinch runner.
The second base umpire is like standing right in the midst of the action.
See Joey DiMucci step in as a pinch runner. Normally a catcher, transfer from Monmouth. As a platoon starter there. Normally plays around 1 to 2 times a Big Ten series. Gets his shot here as a pinch runner.
Daybeck will keep his eye on him, knowing his purpose there.
He will fire over to Ybarra at first. So DiMucci, the pinch runner, will stand in at first. 2 down. 1 on for Penn State in the top of the 8th. Down 1 run. Daybeck will deal, and that is popped up. Caruso charging as that will trickle out of play. Foul.
DeBeck having to labor a little bit for these first 2 at-bats. He got the 2 outs, and now, his second batter he faced was pretty easy to deal with, but his first and third batters not so much.
The 0-1 on the way upstairs, nearly at the head level. Count 1-1. Mercado standing at 5'8", nearly at the head level there. 6'7" versus 5'8". Between the pitcher and batter, quite the height difference as Daybeck fires over to first, no success. He will quickly get back onto the bump. Daybeck takes a deep breath, fires over again. A little bit of a catch between Ybarra and Daybeck. Daybeck quickly going back onto the bump as he checks the wristband, settles back in on the rubber with the right plant leg. And he'll try for the pickoff again. Third time's not the charm. Michi's safe at first. 1-1 count, 2 down, 1 on for Penn State in the top of the 8th. 6-5 Michigan lead as Daybeck looks to keep things status quo. And that's cut at. Mitch Voigt will charge on that one from shallow right. He will make the throw across the body for the 3rd out of the inning. Mike Gambino, the Penn State manager, immediately comes out of the top step of the dugout to try to challenge that one, and the umpiring crew will take a second look at it.
It's a close play. Eyeball test, it looked like the throw from Voigt, cross-arm throw, just beat him. But we'll see. Understandable challenge from Penn State this late in the game in a tight spot.
Yeah, it was a really close play.
Voigt was playing really deep at second base, and that ball was grounded softly way to his right side. He had to run a long way for it. And even for a second baseman, arm strength-wise, Voigt's arm is not anything special. So for him to put enough on that to at least make that play competitive, it was very well executed.
So the umpiring crew will take a second look. It was a really close play regardless. Excellent play from Voigt, charging in from shallow right.
Absolutely.
To make a cross-body throw to try to get something across. And that was a quick review, and the umpiring crew already out. And the call is confirmed. Runner out at first. The side is retired. Max Daybeck out of the bullpen. Does his job to keep things at a 6-5 ball game. Michigan up 1 as we move into the bottom half of the 8th. 2-3-4 due up for Michigan. Braden Jeffress will lead off. 0 for 3, struck out looking in the 6th. Looks to change and replicate, or at least have something similar to what he had yesterday, which was a phenomenal 4 for 5 performance. Loosely will trot back onto the mound again for Penn State. We'll see a defensive replacement for Nate Voss behind the dish. It will be Joey DiMucci, who pinch ran in the last frame, so he will get his cuts behind the plate, working with Loosely.
How does he compare defensively to Voss?
I know they all switch around, those 3 catchers. They all switch around. Matt Maloney gets a fair amount. Nate Voss got 2 starts in this series. This is the first time DiMucci has seen defensive reps in this series, so we'll have to see. 2-3-4 due up for Michigan. In a tight ball game, another nail biter. As we get underway, Braden Jeffress will step in to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Mitch Voigt on deck again. Jeffress hitting .360, 0 for 3 on the day. Walked in the 3rd and scored. Jeffress has had a breakout weekend.
Absolutely.
Getting 2 starting nods in a row from Coach Tracy Smith. As Loosely will deliver. Jeffrey shows bunt, pulls back in time as that pitch is downstairs. 1-0 count. Loosely delivers, and that's cut on. Jeffries will ground that to Jakonski at second, who will fire it over to first for a routine first out of the inning.
We mentioned a few innings ago that the wind was blowing towards home, but it wasn't very strong. It's gotten a little stronger, but it's still not too strong. It's remaining relatively calm out here, but if anything's hit hard out to straight center, it might be tough for that to get out at this point.
Mitch Voigt due up, 0 for 3, flew out to center in the 6th. Looking to change his fortunes with a tight ball game.
He's had some great counts, some good looks, and some good swings. He just hasn't been able to put the ball in play in the right spot.
Took a cut at that one, foul at the backstop. 0-1 count, Loosely quickly back onto the rubber. Colby Turner on deck. The 0-1 pitch with 1 down on the way. Voigt takes a swing at that one. Jumping grab from the first baseman and Cole Wagner. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning. Great play from Wagner at first.
That was hit really hard right at him. He had to make a bit of a leaping play, though.
Colby Turner, the cleanup hitter, will step in. 2 for 4, 2 doubles in the 3rd and the 5th.
Colby Turner has been very pivotal in this game.
Drove in 2 in the 3rd, so he will step in with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th to tack on some insurance runs potentially for the Wolverines. Loosely will deliver nearly at the hands. Turner had to get out of the way upstairs. 1-0 count.
Turner had a huge role in that 5-run 3rd inning that the Michigan Wolverines put up. Where they put up almost every single one of their runs.
Loosely will take a deep breath. Turner at the plate. 1-0 pitch way outside. 2-0 count.
2-0 count. There's 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 8th. Colby Turner up to bat for Michigan. Jeter Ibarra is in the on-deck circle.
He will follow should Colby Turner reach base. Turner, .313 average. Loosely is set and delivers. That pitch upstairs a tad to make it.
That's a tough take. That pitch looked close, but Turner didn't like it whole way through.
Count now 3-0, 2 down. Base is empty for Michigan. Loosely will deliver inside, ball 4. Is either ball 4 or hit Turner. Regardless, Turner will trot over to first.
He didn't react much to it, but he also looked confused.
Right, doesn't matter. Turner will take the free pass regardless.
And here comes Jeter Ibarra to the plate with 1 runner on and 2 out.
He scored as it'll be a walk, 4-pitch walk for Turner. So 2-out base runner for Michigan. Jeter Ibarra stepping in 0 for 4, flew out to center in the 7th.
Ibarra has hit the ball hard a couple times.
Loosely settles in on the left side of the rubber and deals first pitch strike.
Takes a soft 79-mile-an-hour pitch right down the middle.
The 0-1. His shot back into center field. That's got some carry. Klein trekking back. He will catch that at the track.
And that will be
the third out of the inning. Certainly the increased winds did not help Jeter Ybarra at all. Hard hit ball will retire the side. Things still 6-5 as we now move into the 9th inning. Last chance for Penn State to tack on some runs to either tie it or take the lead. We'll see if they stick with Max Daybeck in this spot to close it out. And they will as he trots out of the dugout. So he will close things down here in a 6-5 ball game. But again, he's got his work cut out for him. 1, 2, 3, due up for Penn State. Top of this Penn State lineup due up next. Will Rogers, however, is warming up in the bullpen. Had a 5-inning winning performance on the mound yesterday.
In some Major League Baseball news, yesterday the Yankees put 20 runs up against the Milwaukee Brewers 9. Currently, they're playing each other again in the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees have a score of 12-3 on the Brewers. Just no break if you're a Milwaukee.
Jeez. Well, they have that new barrel. They have the new bat now.
They do.
Where it's like it's thicker.
It's going to be
towards the middle of the barrel, so the barrel size is expanded.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the Yankees, their technical team, their analytics team, did some research, found that if they moved the barrel of the bat slightly closer to the label into a torpedo shape, that they might be able to get more home runs.
That's what it's called.
And so far, the Yankees have found success. Jazz Chisholm has 2 home runs today.
Oh, I have him on my fantasy team. I don't track it very much, but I don't track it very much. There's one defensive change. A.J. Roush will step in at right. Greg Pace Jr. will move over to center. Other than that, it is status quo for Michigan. And we will begin things in the top of the 9th. Penn State's last chance as a tying run is at the plate. And Ryan Weingartner, 2 for 3, walked in the 7th. After a hot start, singled in the 1st, doubled in the 3rd. Daybeck will deal that pitch upstairs. Run the count 1-0. The 1-0 pitch off the hands of Daybeck, and that is a deep shot in the left center field. Turner will trek under that one. Will run up to make the play. Misjudged that one at first. The wind definitely took that.
Yeah, Turner was all the way up against the wall in left center field. That looked like off the bat it could honestly be out of here. You can see the American flag in left center field where that ball was hit. It's blowing right towards home. I think the wind cut that thing down way shorter.
Yeah, the wind certainly caught that one down. Turner, excellent play and left.
Yeah, he had to come back in about 10-15 feet.
Paxton Klein will step in, 1 for 4 on the day. 1 down. First pitch strike by Max Daybeck.
As some darker clouds roll over this stadium, Daybeck's trying to get us all home.
Well, I got to walk home, so.
Oh, I might have to walk home too now that you mention it.
The 0-1. Downstairs to even it up, 1-1. Michigan infield again, shading towards the left. A.J. Roush, Greg Pace switch. Roush came in right field.
Yeah, the wind has certainly picked up here in the last few minutes.
The 1-1. It's swung on by Klein, fielded cleanly by Casillas. He will throw across the diamond to first, and that'll be the second out. Penn State down to their final out of the game.
That was a brilliant play by Casillas. Took his time, got the throw off. He's got a strong arm, but that was he was really close to the third base side of shortstop, and he fielded it on a backhand. So it was a good job getting the ball up and over to first in a timely manner.
Joe Giaconsi will step in as Penn State's last chance Daybeck will deal. Jakonski goes first pitch swinging. That is flied out to left field. Turner will field that one cleanly. And game over.
Michigan will win the series against Penn State here in Ann Arbor. 6-5 is your last score. 10 hits for Michigan, 7 for Penn State. Off 3 errors Michigan, 0 Penn State. It's exactly 4 p.m. local time. Hail to the Victors is playing.
I love a 3-hour game right on the dot, especially when you have an essay due at midnight.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. I need it. Michigan will win this game 6-5, and with that, they'll take the series 2-1. An excellent comeback, especially with this week. They lose the midweek 9-8 against Eastern Michigan here in Ann Arbor, then get crushed in the first game 12-5 on Friday, and in 2 1-1 games, they secured the series.
You mentioned it at the top of this broadcast. The key to this game was probably going to have to be pitching, given how strong Penn State's double-digit offense scoring is, and that's exactly what they got today.
Certainly it is, and Kurt Barr got the start again. Phenomenal stuff from him, going 7 long. He's tagged with the win. Daybeck in 2 innings of work will get the save, and Ben DeMel will be tagged with the loss as well. And as you said, the best offensive player from Michigan, Colby Turner. You've been saying it. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 2 for 4 performance, and 1 walk. And Matt Spear as well. And that whole offensive explosion.
And on a day where they didn't have offensive production from Mitch Voigt today, a lot of other people stepped up. You know, we had Greg Pace Jr. leading off the scoring with a home run down the right field line. It was great to see his back get going. Tyler Inge also came into this game with some struggles at the plate, and he was productive as well. A clutch hit with a pinch hitting Jonathan Kim, that was excellent. Hit a double into left center. Michigan had clutch hits when they needed them today, and their pitching came through from the beginning.
Yep, certainly. And a welcome change from Friday when the bats really didn't come alive. Or at least they didn't come alive in the right spots, and for 2 straight wins for the bats to come alive in crucial spots to secure series win 2 in a row. I mean, Michigan fans and this program's got to love it. Again, your scores, we end things 6-5, and if you have any other thoughts.
That's it. Today was a kids promotion, and they're now about to go run the bases.
Yep,
that's one way to celebrate a fantastic Michigan Wolverines win today.
Indeed, and that'll just about do it from Ray Fisher Stadium. My last baseball call in my WCBN career, and I'm glad it ended with a win, especially against Penn State, knowing that I've called a lot of Penn State baseball. And anyway, that'll just about do it. My name's TJ Fossmeyer. Alongside me, Dylan Phillips. And we will end it as we always do with a good night and a Go Blue. We'll see you later, folks.
Go Blue.